best home services. They have 4 AC trucks standing by waiting for you to call, loaded with parts, ready to go.
Right now?
Right now.
Huh. Sure is hot out today.
GetBest.com. When something goes wrong, we're waiting.
So you're saying
She can still go to Harvard.
Every year, 350,000 people are diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. Who will be their caregivers?
I am a caregiver.
I am a caregiver.
I'm a caregiver.
Call 1-800-437-2423 for a free brochure from Alzheimer's Disease Research on caring for those you care for the most. That's 1-800-437-2423 or visit ahaf.org.
I'm a caregiver.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
A barber turned hero after saving a customer's life. The shop posted this video on Facebook where dozens of people are already commenting. The scene plays out inside Barrio Cut's barbershop in Collier County a couple weeks ago. A man started choking during the haircut. You see him kind of fall over there. And that's when the owner, Israel De La Rosa, rushed in. It's a technique De La Rosa learned in a juvenile detention program when he was a teen.
What to do when somebody's choking and things like that. I wouldn't think I would have remembered, but I guess some things you don't forget.
De La Rosa says businesses should always have someone in the building who knows the Heimlich and other first aid techniques.
Shopping malls in jeopardy of not surviving the pandemic. In fact, the number of mall shoppers had already been declining over the years. And now a Bloomberg report says the parent company of 2 malls here in our area, the Town Center Mall and Edison Mall, is filing for bankruptcy. That's after Washington Prime Group skipped an interest payment on its debt. But people we spoke to at the Port Charlotte Town Center say they're still hopeful that malls can bounce back.
Well, I hate to see anybody lose their job. I think the online businesses, especially this past year with COVID, are really hurting the malls a lot.
And a spokesperson for Washington Prime told Wink News the company does not comment on, quote, market rumors.
Collier County parents demanding a change, and the fight is all over this. What they're asking the school district to do about face coverings. That's coming up at 6.
Plus, a route designed to make your trip up north quicker hits a speed bump. Ahead at 6 o'clock, why a new toll road is now in jeopardy.
And helping you pay off those student loans. Ahead at 6 o'clock, the latest COVID-19 relief bill that could eliminate taxes that you owe on the loans.
And a chilly and you can see breezy start to your Tuesday morning. Matt Devitt's in next with when we'll finally see this breeze disappear.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
This message is sponsored by the Florida A&M University Medical Marijuana Education and Research Initiative, the Florida Association of Broadcasters, and this radio station.
Pro or against? That seems to be the only thing that matters these days in the marijuana discussion. But what about the facts? At Mary, we've taken it upon ourselves to lay it all out there in our podcast. Just pure, unbiased education about medical marijuana and unlawful use of cannabis. Find it at mary.famu.edu. That's mmeri.famu.edu.
It's Rockstar Harley's Black and Orange Tag Sale this week. Hundreds of pre-owned Harleys tagged with discount pricing. We're selling every pre-owned Harley to make room for more new Harleys. Rockstar Harley's pre-owned Black and Orange Tag Sale ends this Sunday.
It's a hot afternoon, and you're listening to the news. And now you're hot under the collar, too. I'm Matt from Island Air. When you choose an AC contractor, you're entrusting that company with the air that you and your family breathe. A healthy unit means a healthier household. Island Air has a long history in Southwest Florida and hundreds of customer reviews that you can see on our website at islandairfl.com, where you will see the Island Air difference. Want to try us out? Our $99 system saver one-time maintenance is guaranteed. If your AC breaks within 6 months of the maintenance, we will credit the payment towards any repair. Island Air also offers free second opinions. Let us review your quote for any service, replacement, or repair for your peace of mind.
IslandAirFL.com. That's IslandAirefL.com. IslandAirefL.com or call 239-645-4668. That's 239-645-4668. License number CAC 057544.
Hi, Michael Crothers, owner of Pure Air Conditioning. Now that our economy is reopened and to help the community, we've decided to offer a safe $29 AC maintenance. All Pure Air employees are supplied with gloves, foot coverings, and KN95 masks for your and their protection. Find us online at getpureair.com to schedule your safe $29 AC maintenance. Join me every Saturday at 11:30 a.m. for the Get Pure Air radio show. I'll be talking about everything from air conditioning maintenance to troubleshooting tips.
92.5 Fox News. 92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 6 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station. 92.5 Fox News.
He'll sign it as soon as he gets it. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what President Biden says about the nearly $2 trillion COVID financial aid bill. The House is still considering the Senate's version that stripped out the $15 minimum wage.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says the legislation will pass today or tomorrow.
As President Biden said, help is on the way.
The relief measure provides $1,400 stimulus checks for many Americans and extends unemployment insurance. But Republicans say it's also loaded with other spending priorities unrelated to the pandemic.
That's Fox's Jared Halpern. A state hit hard by the sharp decline in travel and tourism. Hawaii is considering a tax hike. The state Senate could vote today on a bill imposing a 16% tax on individuals earning more than $200,000 a year. If enacted, Hawaii would leapfrog California with the highest tax rate in the country. With millions of Americans now getting shots in the arms to prevent COVID infection, there's new guidance.
Fully vaccinated people can visit with other fully vaccinated people in small gatherings indoors without wearing masks or physical distancing.
CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky. For the first time in almost 4 months, the number of COVID deaths reported in the U.S. was less than 1,000 for 2 days in a row. The pressure is building on New York's Governor Andrew Cuomo over sexual harassment allegations and COVID nursing home deaths. Some fellow Democrats have called on Governor Cuomo to resign while Republicans push impeachment.
New York Assembly Minority Leader Will Barclay spearheading the effort, saying the governor can no longer effectively lead. A total of 47 state lawmakers have called on Cuomo to leave office. The assembly would need at least 76 votes to impeach. This as New York Attorney General Letitia James announces the attorneys who will lead the sexual harassment investigation.
That's Fox's Carly Shimkus. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News traffic.
Busy Tuesday morning commute in Fort Myers on 41 heading north towards Boy Scout. Also traffic starting to slow down on Colonial heading east towards Fowler. If you are on Daniels Parkway, you are still in lag making that commute eastbound towards the interstate, but there is a slowdown just west towards Tree Line Avenue if you're heading out of Gateway. Also commuters in Lehigh Acres, 82 is very busy this morning, but we are congested on Gunnery if you're heading south to 82. The trip to the Minute Traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, after the cool start, a mixture of sunshine and clouds, highs in the 70s and breezy, occasionally gusting into the 20s. Now, a warming trend will start to kick in with 80s possible as early as tomorrow, 80 degrees for the high, breezy weather all the way through late week. Now, into the weekend, beach, pool time, absolutely. Highs in the mid-80s, rain chances at slim to none. And it's not until we hit the middle part of next week that a few passing showers are possible, with temps topping out and remaining into the 80s. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
The antidote to the anti-conservatives. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Remember, customize and save with Liberty Mutual Insurance Company. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Your new home is calling you to live the good life, starting now. River Hall is where it all starts, a true paradise. River Hall is one of the Gulf Coast's most exclusive master-planned communities, where country club living meets the casual, barefoot Florida lifestyle. River Hall's Davis Love III Championship Golf Course is one of the top-rated courses in the Gulf Coast area, and you'll love River Hall's private Oasis pools, bike paths, fitness center, tennis and bocce courts, and more. Live large with homes priced from just the 500s to the 800s from Pulte. The Pulte collection of breezy, open floor plans offers something for every lifestyle, with upscale finishes and features designed for elegant, gracious living. Here's to finally finding the perfect place. Here's to home. River Hall is just 20 minutes east of Fort Myers in the River Shores District. Come see model homes now. Visit liveriverhall.com. That's liveriverhall.com.
Hey, it's Drew Steele visiting with my friend TJ, owner of the Floormeisters in Naples, where if you're talking Cortec, you're talking Floormeisters. And the one thing that I love, TJ, is when we're talking about pricing, you got to be straight up with the pricing, right?
Yep, we buy more Cortec every day so we can sell it to you cheaper. I buy it by the pallet, by the truckload, so you're making sure you always get the lowest price possible. We keep it here in our 15,000 square foot store. Big selection, big, beautiful showroom to make sure your wife gets exactly what you want, Drew.
Yeah, and how about me? You know, I like to get what I want as well. And also, of course, the color selection, right? You got some new ones.
Got 100 colors right now, and we're adding about 10 to 15 from Cortec that just came out for 2021.
So you want to see it for yourself? Go to the Floormeisters. You're going to really love it. 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco. Give them a call, 239-596-4964, or on the web at floormeisters.com.
Let Naples Shutter enhance your home's beauty and increase its value. From our legendary all-wood plantation shutters made right here in Naples for over 40 years, to luxurious blinds and shades, to the unique island appeal of Bahama shutters, Naples Shutter has you covered with a lifetime guarantee and over 40,000 satisfied customers. Call 239-566-8161 today for a free estimate. That's 239-566-8161 or visit naplesshutter.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. So glad you're here. 239-479-5592. How long has the music been playing for? It hasn't been playing for that long. Has it? I can't hardly hear. Are we all right? Oh, man. I'm just trying to, I'm putting things together here. I'm getting the website going, drewsteele.com, and I'm half, I was half paying attention there for a minute. Hey, good morning. It's Tuesday. How are you doing there, Jake the Millennial? You okay this morning?
Nice shirt.
What's the matter with my shirt? This is just a plain, thank you, everybody. It's a plain blue shirt, okay? This is what my wife did. My wife said, guess what? Plain blue shirt, plain white shirt, plain green shirt. That's it. Plain colors, nothing fancy, straight up buttons, regular shirt, void where prohibited, see store for details. That's it. We're done. Is that how we're starting the show today? No, it is not how we're starting this Tuesday show today. Sorry about my tardiness. 239-479-5592. The CDC about to be canceled by Google and Facebook for COVID heresy. What? That's a headline that caught my attention at Zero Hedge. And then when you read the story, hey, how many of you are so happy that the CDC has decided to bestow upon you your freedoms and your liberty? Did you know that it's not the Constitution of the United States or anything like that? No. It's actually the CDC that is allowing you to have your rights and freedoms. I didn't know this. This is brand new. It might be something we have to add to Drew's College of Political Knowledge coming up at 7:50 this morning, because apparently I've got my civics all wrong. But the CDC making a couple of announcements. I'll explain what I'm talking about in just a second about the CDC bestowing rights and freedoms upon you, because that's the headline that CNN had, because, you know, they're big on the
breaking news.
A bombshell. You know how they do it. So we're going to talk about that headline, and we're going to talk about the one I just discussed. If you are someone who has had enough with masks and mask mandates and whether or not they work or do not work, oh, today is your day. Today is going to be a day of science and data, everybody. It's Science and Data Tuesday. That's what we're going to do. We're going to fill up the airwaves today with science and data. So today, you're going to find out why mask mandates don't work and a CDC analysis. Now, we have to trust the CDC because they're telling us now that, hey, guess what, everybody? They released guidelines giving limited freedoms to people fully vaccinated against COVID-19. Can I say that again? Here's the CNN breaking news headline from just about 24 hours ago. The CDC releases guidelines giving you the American people limited freedoms to people who fully vaccinated against COVID-19. And then they give you all the rules that you have to keep following because, it's the CDC that makes these decisions. Said nobody ever. Sorry. Yeah, you don't get to tell us what our freedoms and our liberties and our rights are. No. Yeah, you can stuff it. Stuff it like a pepper. It's like a stuffed. Oh man, would I like a stuffed pepper right now? If you had a good stuffed pepper, do you like stuffed peppers? Do you like stuffed peppers?
Oh yeah.
Oh man. There are many things. Dare I say that there are few things in the world that are not better when they're stuffed. Think about it. Stuffed mushrooms, stuffed
pasta,
stuffed artichokes, stuffed peppers. You stuff pasta filled with cheese or meat, right? Otherwise known as ravioli in some cases. Or don't they put that in gnocchi as well? I think gnocchi is stuffed. I mean, think about it. Name one thing that is not better stuffed. Food-wise, let me paraphrase here. Food-wise, name one thing in the world that's not better stuffed. You can't do it. You can't do it because everything is better when it's stuffed. You ever notice that? I'm telling you, valuable lessons this morning. These are life lessons, everybody. And kids, if you're listening, this is a very important thing. Kids, don't do drugs. So the CDC now, we're going to give you information and data about the CDC and what they do and do not say about masks and mask wearing and the fact that you have rights and freedoms that are given by them, and that's just the way it is, so good for you. Also, hey, how many of you have been frustrated with the systemic racism talk when it comes to policing in this country and policies that we are told that need to take place because we have to defund police departments because it is systemically racist? There's no doubt about it. If you are an officer of the law right now and you are putting your life on the line each and every day to protect the citizenry, to protect your neighborhood, to protect your family, each and every day, we just want to let you know that there's one half of the country, or maybe not a half, but there's a group in the country who believes that no matter what, because you're a police officer, you are racist. Systemic racism, it's just rampant until a data and science report comes out, a detailed, brand new report. What do you suppose it says about systemic racism in policing? Oh boy, you're not going to like the science and the data if you're that group of individuals who is telling us we got to defund the police. Oh boy, Science and Data Tuesday. We should have some kind of cool, see if you could find some kind of cool science and data sound. Like a, almost like an Alpha Centauri kind of sound, like old school. So if we do a science and data update, we need to have some kind of beep, 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 beep. So see if you can find something cool like that. Every time I say science and data. It's kind of like every time you say something about the president of the United States.
Judge my physical and mental, my physical as well as my mental fitness.
Yeah, we're going to do that coming up this morning because there was another moment where the president of the United States stepped up to a microphone and a teleprompter. And I'm just telling you, you put those two things together and it is not like the deliciousness of a stuffed pepper or mushroom or anything like that. It's quite the opposite. So a lot coming up this morning. 7 o'clock, our friend Dave Ray, Federation for American Immigration Reform, is going to join us, fairus.org, because there's some big immigration news that's been out there that we're going to comb through and dig into and get you more information on so you are prepared with the facts and things that are happening along our border and what the administration is doing and not doing when it comes to immigration in this country. And at 7:35, live from beautiful Tallahassee, we're going to hear from Representative Bob Rommel because there's a couple of House bills that are moving through right now that we want to make sure we talk about specifically that have to do with you right here in Southwest Florida and in the state of Florida. Session has begun in Tallahassee, so we can't forget that, everybody, because as much as we like to focus on the federal issues, the state and local issues are the big ones, and so are the local and state politicians that we need to focus on as well. Nobody is safe any longer when it comes to that specifically. When it comes to, and I can't say this enough, when it comes to who you are as a quote-unquote Republican, conservative, you got an R after your name, you're not allowed to ask me my political affiliation. Yes, we are. And if you don't like it and you're telling us that you can't talk about it, well, we'll find and investigate you anyway and find out who you are and whether or not you are somebody that we want to have representing us in in Southwest Florida in any capacity. Yep. Those days are over of just getting a pass because you got a letter after your name that sure looks sweet. Not happening. All right. So here we go. Let's start with this. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention yesterday, the highly anticipated new guidance. That's right. We are guiding you. People who have been fully vaccinated against the coronavirus. Because, you know, the CDC, along with the Fauci and others, really confusing. You know, we've said that it's important that we get, 15 days to stop the 30-day spread, to tell everybody we have to shut down governments and shut down businesses completely, to just about a year ago when the Fauci himself, Dr. Fauci, was explaining to everybody, look, we don't need masks, right? Why do you keep bringing up this whole thing about masks? March 2020, remember, right?
Right now in the United States,
yeah,
people should not be walking around with masks.
Really?
You're sure of it because people are listening really closely to this.
Right now, people should not be walking. There's no reason to be walking around with a mask.
Yeah, that was last year. And then it became, you got to wear double masks, triple masks. I mean, you got to put any orifice on your body. You never know. We don't really know enough about COVID, to be honest, so it could come through any orifice. So do yourself a favor and cover every single orifice all over your body. I'm not getting into graphic details because there are kids listening. But every orifice in your body, please cover with something because you never know how the COVID could be getting in. We've got that. We got to shut down the schools. Kids can't learn. There's no way to do that. We can't bring them into an environment that's going to be safe, even though all the science and the data, remember, it's Science and Data Tuesday. Beep, 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 beep. You don't have my sound. Science and Data Tuesday. I don't hear anything. Science and Data Tuesday. I got nothing. That's okay. Anyway, I'm working with Jake. We don't do this show very often. We don't do this together. We're brand new at this. It's Science and Data Tuesday. That's good. Thank you. That's what I was looking for. But you got to make it short. Just send me the clip and I'll handle it from here. Science and Data Tuesday, you know, where we're told that the kids are not safe in schools. It's the worst place to be until you read the science, and the data would suggest that it's safer for a child to be in school than to be anywhere else. Maybe even in their neighborhoods or in their homes. Yes, the science and data would suggest that, but no, we can't do that. In the state of Florida, we figured all of this out. Across the country, we somehow are not allowed to even talk about that. So, you know, we got to keep tab on the science and data there. But we've got all of this and the moving of the goalposts, and now we also were told that when you're vaccinated, after you get that second shot, we're not really, remember, it was just, what was it, yesterday or the day before yesterday? Because yesterday we had the guidance come out. So the day before yesterday, over the weekend, the talk was that even though you got vaccinated, you still couldn't go and see your grandkids. You still weren't going to be able to hang out and see people. You're still going to have to mask up and social distance. And we're not really sure if, you weren't really sure if the vaccine, all of this time, people have been vaccinated since December of last year, since November of last year, there's been a vaccine out. It was December 18th, I believe, that Joe Biden, president of the United States, although he's not really remembering much of that.
The fact is that I don't remember.
Yeah, that he got vaccinated on December 18th last year. And so it's been around that long. And so now we're finally finding out that the guidance would suggest that, hey, listen, we're gonna bestow some limited freedoms. Limited, don't get carried away, limited freedoms for all of you out there. Those who have been fully vaccinated now, you can gather indoors with other fully vaccinated people without wearing a face mask, and vaccinated people can also gather indoors with unvaccinated people from one other household without wearing masks unless anyone in the other household is high risk for severe illness from the coronavirus. Void where prohibited. See store for details. This, according to this, I added the extra at the end because sometimes it gets confusing. So the CDC now has given some guidelines that hopefully are not too confusing. Listen! Okay. Let's get back to this again. It's Science and Data Tuesday. Here's the scoop. The CDC doesn't get to tell you what you can and cannot do. If you believe that you want to wear a mask, you go right ahead and wear a mask. You most certainly are able to do that. You can even do it through the next 5, 10, 15 years if you'd like. You can mask up all you want and you can continue to do that, and that's fine. If you have a business and you decide that this is something that you would like to have in your business, you want people coming in that are masked up, okay. We don't want a government to tell us what we can and cannot do. We don't want mandates. Can we just all understand that? Have we all come together on this? Right? That's the whole issue here. Is being told that you've got some limited freedoms, everybody. No. I have more than limited freedoms. Actually, there's nothing in the Constitution that even says to me that we should have shut down a government, shut down businesses, and there was any right to do any of that last year due to a pandemic. And even when it comes to voting, I'm sorry, we have to have people that are able to vote at least a year after the election. We got to keep those ballots coming in because, we want to make that number big. I mean, you think 872 million people that voted for Joe Biden is big? Oh, wait till next year when you see the numbers grow because we want it to be a decisive victory. No questions asked. Yeah, I know it sounds ridiculous, but you see where I'm going here, right? It's Science and Data Tuesday. That's what we want. All right, so now we're told that if a vaccinated person is exposed to the coronavirus, they do not need to quarantine or get tested unless they develop symptoms. If a vaccinated person is exposed to the coronavirus, they do not need to quarantine or get tested unless they develop symptoms. Okay, so I'm just reading into the suggestion that I'm going to move on. I don't want to go there. If the person lives in a group setting, like a correctional facility, however, the CDC recommends that they should still quarantine for 2 weeks and get tested if they're exposed, even if they don't have symptoms. So what they're saying is you're considered fully vaccinated 2 weeks after receiving the second shot of the Pfizer or Moderna vaccines, or 2 weeks after receiving the single Johnson & Johnson vaccine. So now the CDC director, Dr. Rochelle Walensky, is telling everybody, hey, you can get back to doing things that you enjoy with the people that you love. We know you want to, so just get that second shot and just wait it out 2 weeks, and then finally, all right. More than half of Americans say they would decline or delay getting the vaccine if they were available now for free, according to polling from the Kaiser Family Foundation. So there are people that are not going to get it, but even with the people that are not going to get it, those that are vaccinated plus the herd immunity issue, it looks like we're bringing things quickly to a halt. You got Wyoming, who is now giving up on their mask mandates, giving up on the shutting of businesses, that finally there are states that are coming out and have taken the lead that Florida has taken for the longest time and are being bold and being brave and looking at the science and the data. The science and the data, Jake. It's definitely Tuesday. It feels like Friday. The science and the data that would suggest otherwise. Oh, you sent it to me. Oh, look at you. You sent to me. Okay. That's what you did. You sent it to me. All right.
That's what you said.
I know it's what I said, but I didn't think you'd actually do it.
It's my job.
It is your job. All right. Science and the data.
It's so good.
That's weird. So what about the science and the data, everybody, when it comes to masks and mask mandates? Now, I'm bringing this up because we're still, even here in Florida, in Southwest Florida, Lee County, Collier County, we're still having people who are insisting that we need to have mandates. Or maybe, just maybe, we might have what could be considered a spike in the future, quote unquote, of COVID. Because you realize that if it's the federal government, the CDC, Dr. Fauci, or whoever it is that sees a blip in the numbers that could be a small increase, it's up to them to decide how much of that increase would be enough for you to get back in your house, shut down the business, and mask up. Unless we say no, because the science and the data would suggest otherwise. Okay. So when we come back, I wanted to bring this up. I'm looking at the time, and I'm wondering if we should do it now. No, I'm going to wait. I'll wait till we come back, because I got a lot of stories. Man, there's so much to cover, and I'm so sorry that I spent so long on that. But the CDC, are they about to be canceled by Google and Facebook for COVID heresy? What if I were to tell you that the science is in, everybody, between March 1st and December 31st of last year, statewide mask mandates were in effect in 2,313 of the 3,142 counties in the United States. and they've got the science and the data. And what does it say about masking? Oh, you're going to want to hear these numbers. It's very, very important to hear this. Because remember, if you were on any social media or even a browsing platform, if you're on Google, if you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, if you're listening to me watching at drewsteele.com, Steele with 3 E's right now, there's a chance that because you would suggest something otherwise about masks and mask mandates that you might be taken down. You might not be able to search on Google. You might have Facebook saying, oh, no. If you're talking about mask mandates, we got to take that down because, well, does that mean now the CDC is going to have to be canceled? Are they going to have to be taken down by Facebook and Google? Because when you hear the numbers coming up on Science and Data Tuesday, you're going to realize that, thank you. You're going to realize there's something here. All right. 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
This Fox News Business Report is presented by Sargent's Integrated Pest Solutions Incorporated, providing organic and botanical pest control solutions since 2011.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Top House Democrats are calling on the IRS to extend the tax filing deadline beyond April 15th. They say the IRS needs more time to deal with the backlog of nearly 7 million unprocessed returns from last year. Bidding for the first tweet ever made tops $2.5 million. The historic tweet by Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey on March 21st, 2006 reads, "Just setting up my TWTTR." The lieutenant governor in Texas is urging the state's grid operator to reverse $16 billion in electric overcharges billed to customers after last month's blackouts. And the Dow rose 306 points yesterday, but the NASDAQ lost 311, dropping it into correction territory, which is 10% below last month's record high. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report. Invested in you.
Cleanliness and safety are essential to the success of any business. That's why Cintas has introduced our Total Clean program, a one-of-a-kind service that includes scheduled deliveries of essential cleaning supplies, hygienically cleaned uniforms, and on-site sanitizer and disinfectant services to help eliminate germs. Learn what the Cintas Total Clean program can do for you. Oh, I'm ready! Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the work.
Hi, it's Kelly and Joseph Edison from Southwest Florida's own Closet Factory.
How do we build the smartest organization solutions in town?
To start, we get to know you on a personal level, which means we know who and what your solution is for.
Then we make it real through old-fashioned craftsmanship and remarkable building technology.
Thousands of organization transformations that create more time, space, and peace every day.
That's how we build it. Let us help you solve your storage need. ClosetFactory.com.
True relief for back and neck pain.
In my office, Johnston Spinal Care 596 Back, every day I talk with patients that for so many years just suffered with back or neck pain. Many just assuming that it was normal or something they had to live with. They'd tried injections, epidurals, or even surgery with no success, always looking for a chair to relieve pain or always dreading pain while sleeping or getting out of bed. It's time.
All right, good morning, everybody. Good to see you. How are you doing today? Good morning, Gator Lynn. First up, happy Tuesday, Native American. Good morning, Philo B. Is it Philo? Philo? Is it Philo or Philo? Philo like the dough or Philo? Or Philo? Philo B? Philo, Philo, Philo? Philo, Philo, Philo. All right. Bill Hyatt put something, I don't even want to know about these disturbing facts, Bill. That is kind of weird. I mean, it might be true, but okay. Let's see. Doreen, good morning. Doreen says, we better all rebel against vaccines and these crazy rules. You know, by now it's all about controlling us. Well, the vaccines may be as effective as they say, and it's a good thing to have vaccines, and it's a good thing that people are getting vaccines, but you have to tell us that the vaccine's 95% effective, which is a great thing. And then for some reason, it was only yesterday that they decided to tell us that 2 weeks after you get the second shot of the vaccine, then it's okay on a limited basis to get closer to people. It just seems kind of strange, doesn't it? Oh, so what is it? It's Philo B. Philo B? Yeah. All right. Doreen says Bill Gates and Fauci are making a fortune on the vaccines. Okay. Are we allowed to say all of this? I don't know if I'm going to be taken down now. All right. What else we got? Just saying good morning to everybody. Who else is here? Oh, no. Hey, did you see that somebody is on our YouTube page on drewsteele.com and they're bringing up what you brought up yesterday? Is that happening, or is that a big thing, or talking to Jake right now? What is it? What'd you say?
It's getting a lot of traction as we speak.
It's getting it right now. Okay.
Just come right in. It's not there yet, but you're gonna see it on TV. It'll happen. Community Eye Center. We are the most caring doctors.
All right. Let's see what else we've got. Let's see. Tiffany Ann, it was great to see you as well. And yes, Liam, he's awesome. Say hi to Liam for me. And it's a great picture. What's it? Oh, the two of you guys. Yeah, that's right. Great picture. I know. I noticed I like when I see, couples together. That makes me happy. Good stuff. All right. Let's see. What else? All right. Jose, good morning. Long live dictator Biden. Well, yeah, I mean, of course, we want people to be... I'm moving on. All right, let's see. No rules for immigrants coming at the border. Are there? Well, listen, at 7 o'clock, D-Ray's going to join us, and we'll talk about the border. Philo B. Philo. All right. Philo. Okay. Good morning, Ben. Good to see you all here. Good morning to everybody watching early on at, 6:30? And I know I got a late start today. I'm a little, beat up, a little tired today, but it's all right. You're welcome, sir. You're getting a lot of airplay today, Philo. I like Philo, but Philo's good. It's short for something, like Philadelphia or Philip. We'll see. All right. Good morning, Jimmy. Good to see you. All right, so good to see everybody here. I got a bunch of work to do so I can get myself squared away here. So good morning to everybody, and stick around. See you in a bit.
An employee stock ownership plan. So we have no interest in being acquired, and more importantly, we have a vested interest in seeing our clients as happy as we are. Are you ready for a better experience? Contact us at the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company or the Naples Trust Company. Visit sancaptrustco.com to discover the difference.
Not FDIC insured. All investments involve risk and are not guaranteed.
Wink News traffic.
Traffic slowing in Cape Coral northbound on Skyline, heading north of Cape Parkway. If you're looking to avoid the delay, just stick to Chiquita. Also in Pine Island, Stringfellow is very congested north of Pine Island Road. North Cape Coral is slowing down on Del Prado, heading south to Pine Island. Now, if you're heading east towards Cultural Park Boulevard, we do have a delay on Hancock Bridge Parkway. To avoid it, stick to Pine Island Road. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, after the cool start, a mixture of sunshine and clouds, highs in the 70s and breezy, occasionally gusting into the 20s. Now, warming trend will start to kick in with 80s possible as early as tomorrow. 80 degrees for the high, breezy weather all the way through late week. Now, into the weekend, beach, pool time, absolutely. Highs in the mid-80s, rain chances at slim to none. And it's not until we hit the middle part of next week that a few passing showers are possible, with temps topping out and remaining into the 80s. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
You don't have to feel distant. Come join the conversation.
I just want to say I love America because everyone gets a voice.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along. This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Coin tip of the day. I want to tell you that I'm a rocket scientist. But just because I said it, it doesn't make it true. Your air conditioning tech isn't an air quality expert either. I know what it takes to become one because I've had more than 30 credentials in this industry and over 35 years of training to get to be an air quality expert. It's not easy. If you want to buy whatever junk your air conditioning guy is selling you, I'm sure he'll love that fat commission. But if you want the truth from a real air quality expert with real credentials, call me, Fred Kobe, at 239-482-1542. You'll get the truth and nothing but the truth. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in this business since 1949.
Half haircuts? Oops, not a good deal. Half off new Nissans. That's absolutely amazing. Now through Sunday only, it's the 50% off event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Take 50% off the MSRP on new Nissans. You pay just half the price. It's so easy to save more than ever. Shop the biggest selection of new Nissans at Florida's big #1 Nissan dealer. Find the exact one you want. Look at the MSRP. Divide by 2. That's the price. And when your price is cut in half, your payments get cut in half too. You could pay 50% less every month for your new Nissan. So while half home renovations isn't the best idea, half off new Nissans is. This event is through 7 p.m. Sunday only, exclusively at Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral and Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers. Nobody sells for less than Florida's #1 Nissan dealer. So if it doesn't say Sutherland, you paid too much. See dealer for details.
Pool need a checkup? Call the doctor, the Pool Doctor.
Hi, Dr. Mark here. Do the math. Taking care of your pool is probably not a good use of your time and money. Free $50 Bonefish gift certificates when you sign up for one of our award-winning weekly service plans. We're a family company, and for over 40 years, we've been doing business right.
The prescription is the Pool Doctor for award-winning pool service, repairs, and unheard of $39 diagnostic calls. That's mypooldoctor.com or 239-574-1133. State certified CPC 057088. Your new home is calling you to live the good life, starting now. River Hall is where it all starts. A true paradise. River Hall is one of the Gulf Coast's most exclusive master-planned communities, where country club living meets the casual, barefoot Florida lifestyle. River Hall's Davis Love III Championship Golf Course is one of the top-rated courses in the Gulf Coast area, and you'll love River Hall's private oasis pools, bike paths, fitness center, tennis and bocce courts, and more. Live large with homes priced from just the 500s to the 800s from Pulte. The Pulte collection of breezy, open floor plans offers something for every lifestyle, with upscale finishes and features designed for elegant, gracious living. Here's to finally finding the perfect place. Here's to home. River Hall is just 20 minutes east of Fort Myers in the River Shores District. Come see model homes now. Visit liveriverhall.com. That's liveriverhall.com.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
239-479-5592. There's the talk and text line. We stream live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Go to the website and watch right now. We do appreciate it. Mobile friendly, smart app friendly, or smart device friendly, or whatever friendly. It's like an app is how it works. And also, it's great for your computer, whatever you want to do. And YouTube and Facebook, we're still there for the time being, just because there are people that want to be there. And okay, there you go. All right, a lot to talk about this morning. We talked about the CDC guidelines that changed now. So it appears as if, hey, good news, you've been given limited freedoms. I'm not kidding. That's the CNN headline, the breaking news CNN headline from yesterday.
Breaking news.
A bombshell. The CDC releases guidelines giving limited freedoms to people fully vaccinated against COVID-19. Don't you feel glad and happy that CNN's on the ball? And letting everybody know that it's the CDC that bestows upon you your liberties and freedoms, and that's just how it works. Sorry, get used to it. Well, what about this? Okay, so I mentioned this earlier. The CDC is about to be canceled by Google and Facebook for COVID heresy. Well, why? Why would that be? Putting aside the vaccination information that we got yesterday, it was on Friday that we were told that there was a report that came out about mask wearing and COVID-19. A dozen medical doctors PhD researchers, and bizarrely, a handful of attorneys, examined how mask mandates across the U.S. affected COVID cases and death rates. So we're going to get to that in just a second. And what have we heard so far? Jake knows this very well. Jake the millennial, who's got like 4 different masks that he layers at any given time. And then he wears a hoodie and a hat, and it's something to behold. If you're watching at drewsteele.com, you can see him right now. He's not wearing the mask so that he could speak on the microphone. But, the double, tripling, quadrupling masking, how's that working out for you?
I don't do that.
You don't do that.
That's insulting.
All right, that is insult. I'm so sorry. It's Tech Tuesday, so that's what we do. Yeah. All right. So you'd think that with all of the mask mandates that, certain counties have, Collier County got to have a mask mandate because, masks work. Well, what's the data? Again, here we go. Now, this is the CDC that did this. And they had all kinds of people. I mean, when you have attorneys doing it as well, it's got to be right on. But I think the attorneys are there just because, well, I'm not saying that they don't have a whole lot to do. Attorneys have a ton to do. But, taking the legal side and the legal aspect of this, I guess, whatever. All right, so we have a lot of virtue signaling, people who get mad at you. How many times have you been yelled at because you didn't have a mask or looked at the wrong way because you didn't wear a mask in a certain situation? But let's see what the report says. Is everybody ready? According to the CDC's analysis, between March 1st and December 31st of last year, statewide mask mandates were in effect in 2,313 of the 3,142 counties in the United States. And looking at the county-by-county data, the CDC concludes that mask mandates were associated with an average 1.32% decrease in the growth rates of COVID-19 cases and deaths during the first 100 days after the mask policy was implemented. Wait, hold on a second. 1.32%? Yep. You read that correctly. They didn't misplace the decimal. According to the federal government agency that's responsible for managing the COVID pandemic, the difference between mask mandates and no mask mandates is literally a 1.32% difference. And bear in mind, it's entirely possible that the real figure is even lower than that, given all the questionable COVID statistics that have been out there. For example, the CDC reporting that influenza cases in the U.S. have dropped to almost zero in 2020 to 2021 flu season, down from 56 million. We went from 56 million flu cases to zero. And we're told that, Drew, come on. The reason why is because people are washing their hands and they're wearing masks and they're social distancing. That's what it is. But we're supposed to believe that somehow it's been completely eradicated from the face of the planet because of masks? Or is it possible, maybe, that the reason why the flu has disappeared is maybe some cases have been misdiagnosed with COVID? I'm just saying this is what the article's talking about. I'm just relaying the information. You can decide. But we're allowed to talk about this, right? We're allowed to ask. Is that okay? We have questions. And when it's a Tech Tuesday, that means that we can ask questions because there are people that have had a time with the science and the data and have been examining it and have come up with different conclusions that we're allowed to talk about. Sorry, we talk about it on this program. So if that's the case, if it's possible that maybe some of those influenza cases have been mistaken for COVID cases, is it possible that the rate for masks and COVID growth is actually lower than 1.32%? It's possible, but we're just bringing that up. So again, when people are suggesting that you've got to have masks and mask mandates and how they work and we got to mask up, the science and the data, even with the CDC's own science and data, we are told is, maybe not on your side when it comes to mask mandates. Now, having said that, we know that this program, if you ask Jake the millennial, he can tell you that didn't we have not one but 2 different shows taken down by YouTube?
I think it's 3.
3 shows. 3 of these programs disappeared off the face of the planet. And I know that one of the 3 were specifically involving mask mandates. I think it was the one mask mandate show that we had that we were talking about Collier County and the specific numbers on the mask mandates and how Collier County was showing that when you looked at the specific county and the mask mandate, then you looked at the numbers in Collier as opposed to across the state and across the country, that there were no effects with the mask mandate in Collier. The numbers did not increase. We're not a super spreader. That's what it was, because we were talking about Seed to Table and being there, we're there first Fridays of every month, and how people were like, this is an outrage. They were mad at us for being there because it is a super spreader location, and it's because of Seed to Table that we have all of these issues in Collier County, until you looked at the science and the data on this Science and Data Tech Tuesday. And you come to find out that those numbers don't exist, that it's not true, that it's not a super spreader event. Do you realize we have a super spreader event each and every day here in the state of Florida? It's called Disney, Universal Studios. Do you realize they're packed right now as far, with COVID restrictions? That they're like sold, this whole week they're like sold out? How do we have every day for the past how many months? Every day with the Super Bowl and everything else. And now spring break, we're told we can't have spring break because they're super spreader events, except for the fact that there's no evidence that would support any of your super spreader event situations. But we're not allowed to talk about that because we have to what? Keep people in a full-on panic? I'm just asking. These are just questions that we're asking, and I'm giving you some of the data and the science that the left in this country always is telling us we have to have on everything until it doesn't go with your narrative, and then we're told that there's something devious going on. So again, we're just giving you the numbers from the CDC, and the problems that we have, and the reason why this story is relevant is because we had shows that were pulled down that had to do with mask mandates and how they don't work, and how governments should not be mandating us, whether it's state or on a federal level, we should not be, or even on a local level, not be mandating it if the evidence doesn't prove that it's beneficial. And now we have more evidence from the CDC. Is that good enough for you, mask mandate people? To have the numbers from the CDC themselves? But yet our shows are pulled down. So does that mean now that every time the CDC is putting out something like this, that it's going to get pulled down by Google, it's going to get pulled down by Facebook, it's going to get pulled down by YouTube? I'm just asking. Is that going to happen? Because we want a little bit of consistency here in the pulling down of information. Let's just make it consistent. If you're watching on drewsteele.com, I'm doing this thing with my hands. This is the universal, if you're looking at me right now, this is the universal signal for consistency. It's like a roadway. It's a road thing that I'm doing. It actually feels good. Is there something scientifically to this? Do you see the motion that I'm doing here, Jake? This is making me feel really good. Like I'm not as anxious when I do this. Why is that? That's really weird. I should ask my wife. She's into all of this stuff. Like certain motion.
Maybe it's like yoga or something.
I don't know, but this feels good. Actually, it's hurting my shoulder because I have the weight of my arms. I have to hold them up. Man, am I out of shape. I can't even hold up my own arms without my shoulders hurting. 239-479-5592. That's a whole other topic. So just putting it out there. I think it's important. All right, what else is important? Coming up this morning, oh man, I can't wait to hit this topic. We are told that over and over again that the science and data matters in issues related to the federal government, even in the state government. And there's a detailed new report that shows that there's no racial disparities in crimes committed versus arrests made. A Wall Street Journal opinion piece, where Jeffrey H. Anderson is giving us the science and the data behind the systemic racism claim in policing. It defies science. Joe Biden has made this claim over and over again, and we're going to get to the science coming up this morning. Speaking of Joe Biden, how many people that are listening to the sound of my voice desperately want to have a morning cup of Joe today? You ready for your morning cup of Joe? Who's ready? I'm ready. All right, here we go, everybody. We've got this morning's Morning Cup of Joe.
Sit back with your Morning Cup of Joe.
Not a joke. It's Joe Biden. Joe Biden wants to let everybody know that he wants to talk to you about the Pentagon and the leaders in the Pentagon. It's International Women's Day, and he did something special yesterday, except he forgot the name of the Pentagon and the Secretary of Defense all in one sentence.
Just want to thank you both, and I want to thank the former general. I keep calling him general, but the guy who runs that outfit over there. I want to make sure we thank the Secretary for all he's done to try to implement what we just talked about, and for recommending these two women for promotion. Thank you all. May God bless you all, and may God protect our troops.
No, that's not the sound of Joe falling over, but it may as well be. So there's Joe Biden, your president of the United States, who forgot the name of not only the Pentagon, but also the name of his Secretary of Defense, that guy who runs that thing over there, who I just want to thank for letting me know that these two women behind me should be moved up. And they're really swell people behind me. And we closed the book on that. But I'm fine. Everything is okay.
Judge my physical and mental, my physical as well as my mental fitness.
Yeah, when are we going to be concerned? Anybody? I mean, we have a continuing history of this president of the United States who seems to forget stuff on a regular basis. I'm not suggesting that there was any time that he forgot the difference between his wife and his sister. That didn't happen. I mean, it's
Super Tuesday for nothing. By the way, this is my little sister Valerie, and I'm Jill's husband. Oh no, you switched on me. This is my wife. This is my sister.
Yeah, that happens all the time. I mean, listen, it's okay. It's common that you forget your wife and your sister and the difference between the two of them. Maybe, well, look, it's not even that bad. It's not like there was any moment in time where Joe Biden forgot the name of Barack Obama, the person that was the president of the United States and the person that he worked for. That didn't happen.
Because they invaded another country and annexed a significant portion of it called Crimea. Right. He's saying that it was my boss, it was his fault.
Yeah, my boss, that guy, the former president. Even Nancy Pelosi has to laugh about that one.
Bowl of doggy do.
All right, I got it. So there you go, a little morning cup of Joe for you. Another moment in time where the Harris administration moving forward with Joe Biden not at the helm to let everybody know that he forgot the name of the Pentagon and the name of the Secretary of Defense, Lloyd Austin, in a comment there yesterday.
Not a joke.
Not a joke at all. All right, 239-479-5592. We've got more on this Tech Tuesday for you. Okay, I got it. All right, so coming up, we'll give you the information that you need to know about the Biden administration and these claims of systemic racism in policing. I mean, it matters because if it actually exists and the data and the science would suggest so, then boy, we got to make some policies. We got to do some things with federal government. We have to do something to stop this. Unless, of course, there's a detailed report that shows the opposite, then what are we doing? Well, let's talk about that coming up in just a bit. Also, Dave Ray, Federation for American Immigration Reform at 7 o'clock is coming up. And what's going on in Tallahassee? It is very important that we keep a focus on Tallahassee and session that is happening right now because some changes could be coming our way in the state. And that's why Representative Bob Rommel is going to join us at 7:35. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along, and Sabrina Katz is standing by with traffic.
There's a crash at Palm Beach Boulevard and Morris Plaza that is causing a delay heading eastbound to get onto I-75. Also, slowdowns in North Fort Myers on Bayshore Road heading east of Business 41. And we are just packed on I-75. If you're heading south of Corkscrew down towards Bonita Beach Road, it is that time of morning. The interstate is very busy heading south towards Bonita Beach Road. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After starting in the 50s with some cool weather, high temperature for your Tuesday of 77, mixture of sunshine and clouds and dry with more breezy weather. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Rush Limbaugh. Weekend, CNN ran an article asking, why does America have so many hungry kids? They report over 13 million American households where kids go without food on a regular basis. Food insecure households is the term. Using poor people they interviewed as a platform, CNN offered two reasons why kids go hungry in America. The first is the government. The second is greed. The government's to blame because cumbersome regulations force restaurants and other establishments to throw away food that could be donated to the hungry. The second is greed. We don't help our neighbors. We Americans are a greedy, selfish, rotten people who want children to starve. CNN says America exports more food than any other nation. In other words, we're not taking care of our own children. A word to CNN. Some of us have been talking about the terrible consequences of government regulations for decades, so welcome to reality, late though you may be. But America, a greedy nation? That's not even close, CNN. Tens of thousands of churches and private charities run food banks and local outreach programs. For anyone needing any kind of assistance, taxpayers support 49 million people on food stamps, not to mention millions of kids getting subsidies for school breakfast and lunch. We are the most giving nation on earth in human history, bar none. That is not greed. And what kind of blind do you have to be to see it? Save more money. One way to accomplish that, switch your cell phone service to Pure Talk. When you and your family make the switch from AT&T or Verizon or T-Mobile to Pure Talk, you could save more than $800 a year, and you don't have to sacrifice coverage in making the move. Pure Talk is on the same network as one of those big carriers at just half the cost. Get unlimited talk, text, and 6 gigs of data for just $30 a month. And if you go over on data usage, they do not charge you for it. Grab your mobile phone, dial pound 250 and say Pure Talk. When you do, you'll save 50% off your first month. Again, dial pound 250 and say the keyword Pure Talk. Pure Talk will help you make that an easy switch. Pure Talk is simply smarter wireless, and you'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dialed text from Pure Talk.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Dan Martineau here, owner of D.R. Martineau Roofing of Southwest Florida. I've been repairing and replacing roofs for 27 years. We operate with integrity, knowledge, and service. Google DRM Roofing or call 239-332-1441.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
239-479-5592. The talk and text line, drewsteele.com. We stream. Steele has 3 E's each and every day. Anytime you want to watch there. And don't forget, on the breaks, just a little incentive. I don't know if you want to go there. drewsteele.com. If you go either, and even to the Facebook and YouTube pages at Drew Steele Radio, we get a chance to talk to you on the break. So coming up, if you have any questions or anything you want to talk about, as I'm looking at the comment and reaction section, and we are always talking to you. So when we come back, on the drewsteele.com website, we go to break here live, but there on the website, we'll continue to talk to you one-on-one. And it's a great conversation. We have a lot of fun there. So if you want to go, we appreciate it. All right. Dave Ray, Federation for American Immigration Reform, is coming up when we come back from this break. And we're going to talk about some of the things that are happening along the border. Do you realize that the number of unaccompanied migrant children detained along the southern border has tripled in the last 2 weeks? We're going to talk about that in more detail. Some of the STEMI money going to illegals. Is that really happening? You know, that back and forth feud between Dick Durbin and Ted Cruz. We're going to talk about that as well coming up.
This is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdor.com.
I'm John Morgan. After my brother Tim suffered a terrible accident, the lawyer we hired to help us ended up hurting us more. We didn't know any better, and boy did I learn quickly that all law firms.
All right, good morning, everybody. Good to see you. Hopefully you're here. Do me a favor, if you are watching, if you just came over because we just talked about it on the air, or if you are, man, my hair, can't stand it. Got the dumbest hair in the world. If you're watching right now, I'd love to recognize you, just to see that you're here. Just say hi or say here. And no matter if I've recognized you already or not, just want to see who's watching. At drewsteele.com in the comments and reactions section. You can go there, just type it in. or if you're sitting at your desk or whatever you're doing, if you're on your smart device on YouTube or Facebook, wherever you are, if you just want to say hi this morning, we do appreciate it, just so I know that you're here. Andrea, good morning. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Mark wanted to let me know that exercise is good for me. I know I need it. I got to stop doing less of this and doing more of this. That's always a good thing. Good morning, Florentina. How are you this morning? Good to see you here. Jessica is here. We know that. Good morning, Jessica. Love the picture with the kids. Love that. November Ribble is here. Good morning. That is a sweet picture right there. I don't know where that is, but she'll tell us, or he will tell us, or November, you'll tell us soon. Let's see. Hey there, Gary. Good to see you as always. Brenda. Good morning, Brenda. That's a cool picture. I like that as well. So good to see you. Mike is one of the mics in Lehigh. Oh, this is happening too fast. I can't keep up. One of the mics in Lehigh. Good to see you there. Treb, here as always. That's right. Donna, good morning. Good to see you. So appreciative of you being here with us. Addie's in Ohio. Look at that cute dog. Look at that. Oh, the dog needs a fence. That dog gets around in the house. All right, Addie. Good to see you from Ohio. Laura's still here. Judy is still here. Don't be sad about everything. Don't be sad. Don't be sad. We're just trying to make sense of everything. Look, all the things that I talk about, don't be sad about them. Just know that the more information you have, the more you'll be ready and prepared for what's coming, whether it's cancel culture or elections or anything else. That's all it is. Don't be sad. Don't be sad. Be happy. We got too many other things in our lives going on to be sad. Mary, good morning, Mary. Good to see you. Good morning, good morning. Marsha. And look at the cat. Even you can see the cat saying, Marsha. That's a cat, right? I hope it is. I know. My eyesight is going. Sandy, good morning, Sandy. That's is that like a volcano erupting? What is that? Oh, no, it's the sunshine. It's a sunrise, right? Isn't that what that is? Looks like a volcano. All right. Good morning, Jane. Good to see you there. Mark wants to know, refresh me, who's tearing the children from their parents, the USA or Mexico? Yeah, and maybe we have to ask that of D-Ray. You know, the kids, why do the kids come across? Why are they coming across without their parents? That's a good point. Let's bring that up. Good morning, Jeffrey. Like the dogs. That's a cute dog. That's a Roddy, right? I think. I'm just saying. All right. Dawn Amaga. Working in North Fort Myers. Good to see you, Dawn. I'm so glad you are here joining us. Carol's on the Palm Coast. Good morning, Carol. Good to see you from the Palm Coast. Love the Palm Coast. So the Palm Coast is, right, isn't the Palm Coast Vero and Port St. Lucie and Tradition and those areas, I think, right? And Palm City, I think. Don's in Port Charlotte. I love Port Charlotte. Great memories of Port Charlotte for many, 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 many years. I love Punta Gorda. I know, but that Punta Gorda and Port Charlotte are two different things. But love Port Charlotte. Good morning, Peter. Smalovsky. That's fun to say, Smalovsky. Let's see. Matt's tuning in. Matthew, can I call you Matt? Is that okay? That's a cool picture, too. Love the picture. Great. All right, Todd. That's right, Patriots. What? Who else is here? Wayne with my favorite shirt with the cars, which is awesome. Lady Catherine says, thank you, Lady Catherine. Always good to see you. Okay, so November is a she. The picture is just a background I found online. It's very nice. You like it since your name is November Sky. That is very cool. See, we're learning about each other here, which is good. Let's put that person on hold. Craig's here. Good morning, Craig. Good to see you as well. Let's see. All right, HR1 questions. Yep. What's going on with that right now? I don't know if we've talked about it already. We'll talk more about HR1. I'm looking at a story about HR1 from National Review. A partisan assault on American democracy. You better believe it. We know that it passed on Wednesday of last week. 10 votes with every Republican voting against it. It passed by 10 votes, sorry. We'll talk about that more coming up. I mean, it's got to go to the Senate. Big questions there. Look, Democrats are going to push. trying to get this agenda moving forward because you got to look at your watch. 2022 is around the corner, and I think a lot of things are going to change with your help. Good morning, Jeff. Good to see you. They're in Naples. Joseph. Good morning, Joseph. Good to see you. Thanks for watching as well. We appreciate it. All right. Good morning from Socialist California. $3.50 gas and masks everywhere. By the way, you have $3.50 gas. That's actually cheap for California, isn't it? And we're getting around there ourselves. I just passed the station. It was $2.85. We're getting close to $3.50 gas. Yeah. All right. So thank you, Carol, who's clearing it up. Palm Coast is between St. Augustine and Daytona. Gotcha. All right. So I was completely off. So it's north of Vero. There you go. All right. Lori's in beautiful Asheville. Love Asheville, North Carolina. That's an awesome picture, by the way. Very cool. Yep. Love, love, love Asheville in that area. What is it? Burnsville? Is that the Burnsville area? Right? I think. And the Pisgah Mountains, if I'm not mistaken. I could be. All right. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate you. I'm trying. We try to keep it balanced. Well, they're not fair, so I'm not really fair. I mean, I'm fair, but I'm also right all along. See what I did there? All right. And Joseph's in the Isle of Capri. That is a very cool area. All right, we got to go. See you in a little bit.
425-0300 right now and receive your first month free. That's 239-425-0300 or healthypoolsswfl.com. Healthy Pools is a for God and country company.
What makes Genesis of Naples the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation? It's our incredible selection and professional sales staff. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples. When I drive my beautiful new 2021 Genesis GV80 around town, the first thing everyone says to me is, what is that beautiful SUV? I tell them it's the all-new first ever SUV from Genesis. Then they usually ask, how much does it cost? I know it's hard to believe, but it starts at just $49,500 and the fully equipped Prestige for just over $70,000. It has an amazing interior and breathtaking design and your choice of turbo engines in rear and all-wheel drive. But that's not all. New 2021 Genesis G70s have 0% financing and 72 months plus $1,000 cash back. And we have a huge selection of the all-new 2021 Genesis G80s and G90s. Come visit Genesis of Naples on Airport Road or genesisofnaples.com.
All offers with approved credit on select models based on January 2021 retail sales. 72 months of $0 per month per 1,000 finance. No down payment required.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com. That's the website. Anytime you want to watch, we do appreciate you being there. Dave Ray, Federation for American Immigration Reform, fairus.org is the website. You want answers to what we need to do when it comes to immigration in this country and legal immigration and the things that we can do together. All the information is there, no doubt. But then there's some other things that are going on with the Biden administration that I guess has other ideas. D. Ray, good morning. How are you, my friend?
Hey. Doing great, Drew. How about you, buddy?
We're doing all right. Keeping an eye on all of this. You know, a couple of things before we get into this, D-Ray. You know, there are some people that have asked when it comes specifically to the issues of immigration. And I brought up the New York Times had an article recently talking about the number of unaccompanied migrant children detained along the southern border has tripled in the last 2 weeks to more than 3,250. Right. And so and there are a lot of people that don't get this, D-Ray, because they say things like they don't understand unaccompanied children. So they're again, and just a kind of a refresher for everybody. What's the incentive? Why do these families let these children in to go off on their own? How does it all work?
Well, it works. It's a very well coordinated machine. You pay coyotes or smugglers to take your children to the border. Once those kids cross into the United States, the Biden administration will not turn them around. Whether or not they test positive for COVID is irrelevant. And you think the numbers are big now. They're estimating that this fiscal year, there's going to be 117,000 unaccompanied minors coming here in this year alone. And you know what this is, Drew, is really the next generation of DACA. We're going to be letting in hundreds of thousands of kids from Central America over the course of the Biden administration. They're going to be in here enrolling in schools. Some of these kids say they're 15, but they're actually 19, and some of them have gang affiliations and so on. We're going to be finding all of this stuff out about them, and they're going to start saying, well, we were sent here as children. We deserve to stay. I mean, it's just that it's the never-ending story that you get when you lose control of your borders.
Right. Not to mention what we have when it comes to the COVID positive release of certain individuals. You can talk about that because, remember, we did kind of touch on that. But again, they're being released, right, after testing positive.
Right. Yeah, I mean, there was a report last week that over 100 COVID-positive illegal aliens were put onto buses and sent throughout the United States, some coming to Pennsylvania, some coming to the D.C. area. It's interesting how you have a president and a White House that looks down their nose at governors who are relaxing mask mandates. Not telling people they're not allowed to wear masks, but just saying masks aren't mandatory. They're calling them Neanderthals, yet at the same time, they are allowing COVID-positive illegal immigrants to get on buses and come into our neighborhoods. Now, I mean, is this what the beginning of the fourth wave looks like? It's kind of a scary thought because, when you're sitting on a bus with somebody for 15, 16 hours, it doesn't seem like it's too much of a stretch of an imagination that you could end up with practically the entire bus stepping off at whatever its last departure area of departure is with COVID.
Right. And, so a lot of people are trying to figure out along the border, like what do we do and how do we handle this? And of course, the former administration, many people have talked about, feel like they had a grip on what was happening, the policies. At least they were trying to put policies in place that were helping to kind of slow down a lot of these issues. And many people, Dave, are talking about the border wall. What's going to happen next? What about that issue? Have you heard anything about the border wall? Even some people were even concerned about not just the stopping of the building of the wall, but also what could possibly happen in the future to maybe remove some sections. Or what have you heard so far about that?
Well, I mean, President Biden has said he will not build one more inch of border wall. He has not said he was going to tear any of it down. But there was a really excellent vignette, a very sad, tragic vignette last week about the importance of a wall. Now, this occurred near a port of entry, but a van or a SUV that was that was packed with 25 illegal aliens. They cut a hole in the fence. They're speeding up the highway. Imagine 25 people in an SUV that usually seats like 8 or 9. Rams into a tractor trailer. 13 of these people die. A second SUV that was behind them carrying 19 people burst into flames. Thankfully, everyone in that SUV escaped with their lives. But the point is, we have incentivized illegal immigration. We have tempted people to take the chance. The idea being, if you can get here now, cash in on the amnesty. And that's why the border wall is such an important part of that. I mean, you don't cut through the border wall and drive your SUV through it. It's places where there are fencing is just not adequate. And what you've done is created a real serious environment on both sides of the border where you're going to have loss of life and the exploitation of people who are paying coyotes to come into the country. I mean, some 30% of women and nearly 20% of men who are being smuggled in report being assaulted on their way up to the border. This is not the way we want immigration in the United States to go, and it's why coming here legally should be the only choice for people.
Yeah. Have you, by the way, Dave Ray joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. FairUS.org is the website, Federation for American Immigration Reform. They do great work. And if you go to the website, a lot of big headlines that they're talking about, including the Democrats introducing the largest amnesty in American history, the concerns about that, and even the Biden effort to delay implementation of rules that are protecting American jobs and wages. You can read all about these stories, critical things that are happening. But again, we see time and time again that there's the administration here who has decided to not take a stand, but to incentivize. And too many times, that's what we're seeing. And you were there. You were along the border. You witnessed a lot of things that were happening there. And how they find out, Dave, how do they know? How do they find? Is there like a network of individuals? I mean, how do they know? How is it that we hear these stories? Even what was it last week? These groups of migrants moving up with T-shirts talking about Biden, right, and how he's welcoming them in. I mean, somebody has to make these and give them to them. Somebody has to be incentivizing and putting the word out. Do we know who it is? What's going on?
Yeah, it's the cartels. This human smuggling has become a very lucrative business. In fact, now they are reporting that illegal aliens who are being brought in by the Mexican drug cartels are arriving with armbands so that they can be tracked throughout the United States. So the cartels make sure they're going to be paid. I was commenting yesterday to a friend of mine, after they finally get rid of this armband thing, they're probably going to come in secretly microchipped so that they can track where these folks are anywhere in the United States and extract any monies that they are still owed. I mean, this is big business, and we are enriching the Mexican cartels. I've been there on the border, and I've had more than one Border Patrol agent tell me nobody gets to this border without paying off the Mexican drug cartel. So this is big money, and we're putting it all in their pocket, all because we have an administration that doesn't seem to have a clear view on an immigration policy. I mean, you don't destroy all of the enforcement mechanisms in place, announce an amnesty, and then stick your head in the sand and deny the fact that you've caused a stampede at the border. What makes it even worse is that you have a mainstream media that seems to be playing right along with this. I mean, the administration says this is not a crisis, although now they're contacting FEMA, Federal Emergency Management Association, to help house some of these people. But they say it's not a crisis, it's a challenge. And now they're pulling people from federal agencies to go work on this challenge at the border. I mean, this is a full-blown crisis, and it's a humanitarian crisis with a huge, that's hitting a country that is still struggling with COVID and with a massive economic downturn. This is a self-inflicted head wound by the Biden administration that is hugely ill-advised.
Yeah, and I'm also reading some other stories that, the fact that there's we're told that there's a plan, but clearly there's no plan. The administration doesn't really, unless the plan is to move people through. And then I see this New York Post article talking about how the administration is releasing families from Texas, from a Texas center in 72 hours. What are they doing there?
Well, that's the other thing about, if you arrive with a child and you claim that child is yours, some of them aren't, some of them have been kidnapped, but any adult who arrives with a child is virtually guaranteed that they can't be held for more than 19 days, because children can't be held for more than 19 days. So that's kind of what was behind the catch and release program. But, during the Trump administration, they had the Remain in Mexico policy, where all these catch and release illegal aliens had to wait in Mexico for their asylum hearings. Now they're reporting all of these camps in across the border from Brownsville, across the border from El Paso and the other border towns. The camps are all empty, and the people are all in the United States. I don't know what the Biden administration's plan is. You set out a mass amnesty, wave the green flag and see how many people you can bring in to fill up the country. I mean, that seems to be where they're going with this.
Yeah, because I guess the point is, too, that, for them, and you hate to put it this way, but there's no other way to look at it. Maybe there is. That's why I'm asking you. If they're really, they want the optics to look as if there's nobody along the border. They're not here.
Oh yeah.
Right. So there's the optics.
Absolutely.
Right. So the optics says to a media can go, what are you talking about? There's no crisis. Look there's no tent. The tents aren't filled up with people. Right. Of course they're not filled up with people because they let them go.
Yeah, it is the optics. The way they're managing this crisis is to not allow large concentrations of illegal aliens to be housed close to the border. They are apprehending these people and then getting them on buses and airplanes as soon as humanly possible so that they disappear. Yeah. And that is how they're managing this problem. Unfortunately, you think about the number of kids that are coming in, 117,000 kids who are going to speak little or no English are going to end up in grade schools and junior highs and high schools all throughout the United States with their health status unknown, their true age unknown, and state and local taxpayers. I mean, how much does it cost to educate a kid in a Florida school? $12,000, $14,000, $16,000 per child.
Yeah, it's all different.
A lot of those kids are going to end up in Florida, and state and local taxpayers are going to end up educating them, not Joe Biden and his Department of Education.
Well, we keep an eye on all of these stories. And again, if you want to go to the website, fairus.org, that's where you can go to get the answers to a lot of the questions that people have about policy and what we can do next. Dave Ray joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, Federation for American Immigration Reform, fairus.org. Go visit the website. All right, D. Ray, we got to run. We'll see you soon, okay? Thanks so much. All right, there he goes. 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. There she is. It's Sabrina Katz.
There's a crash at Alabama and 82 that is causing a slowdown southbound on Alabama towards 82. Now traffic is also delayed north on Alabama Road. But if you're heading south, the great way to avoid it is 48th to Ida. That will get you back to 82 without any slowdown. Now in Fort Myers, the crash at Palm Beach Boulevard and Orange River is slowing traffic north on Orange River. There's also a crash at College and Winkler. No slowdowns as of right now. We finally cleared as you're getting off that Cape Coral Bridge onto College Parkway. You're good to go. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After starting in the 50s with some cool weather, high temperature for your Tuesday of 77, mixture of sunshine and clouds and dry with more breezy weather. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Drive the lefties at work crazy with the facts. Get up to speed mornings with Drew Stevens. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
I cannot tell you how awesome it is when my family comes over and I say, you're going to get great tasting water straight from your faucet. I'm telling you, it's great on your skin, your hair, and your appliances. Think of what your water's doing now. Well, you should call now for your free multi-point Pentair water test. And I'm telling you, you're going to love the way your water tastes with your new Pentair water system. Every faucet in your house, it's the coolest thing ever. And there's a big difference when you call a Pentair water specialist. When you give Max a call at Pentair, trained, uniformed experts in our city in Wellwater. That's a big deal, right? With their mobile showroom, you're wondering what you're going to get. A wide range of water treatment options, and you can see them in front of you. They install your new Pentair water system for you, and the big news right now is Pentair has a new Easy Flow under-counter filtration system. It is certified to reduce 99% of lead. Call now for your free water test, and right now save 15% on your whole home water system like I have in my house. With Pentair, never any sales pressure, so call them. 239-880-7799 or book online at PelicanWestFL.com.
I'm about to say a dirty word, a really dirty word. Cover your kids' ears. Ready? Plumber. Hi, I'm Rob Hill of Bob Hill Plumbing. I'm not sure why plumber is a dirty word. I like to think of myself as a respectful, clean, and honest plumber. In fact, I'm proud to say that Bob Hill Plumbing is one of the oldest businesses in Naples. My dad founded Bob Hill Plumbing in 1952. I instilled the same tradition and values as he had back in the 50s. I dare you to find that in the chuck in a truck world. Everyone has an AC guy and an electrical guy, but a plumber? If you need plumbing services, I invite you to call me today, and I'll prove to you that we've cleaned up the word plumber. See, even the radio guy stopped beeping me out. Bob Hill Plumbing. Let me be your plumbing guy.
To schedule service, call Bob Hill Plumbing at 262-6119 or go to bobhillplumbing.com.
No payments till after summer at Rockstar Harley on any new Harley this week. Annual percentage rates such as 1.99% and no payments until after summer on any new Harley at Rockstar Harley now through Sunday.
No payments for 120 days. No interest for 90 days with approved credit.
You need a fast, reliable network. So get fast, reliable internet from Comcast Business and add advanced security with Comcast Business Security Edge. They have 24/7 support, it's fast internet, and advanced security made simple. Bounce forward with Comcast Business.
There is nothing that changes as much as tax law. After all, there have been tax changes, stimulus dollars, changes on the changes, but they're all meant to put more money in your pocket. Don't make a mistake that could cost you thousands. Let EG Tax be your tax interpreter and guide. Come join the EG Tax family at their Naples office across from Tamiami Ford. Call 239-262-2009. That's 262-2009. Or click egtax.com. That's egtax.com.
Where are you going to be St. Patrick's Day?
We're bringing back good times and great food.
St. Patrick's Day, March 17th, everything's Irish at Mel's Diner. With corned beef and cabbage prepared the old-fashioned way. Boiled slowly in a kettle and served with split-pea soup, garden fresh veggies, and potato. All for only $16.99.
I can tell you, Mel's corned beef and cabbage is the real deal.
Take your St. Patrick's Day celebration outside with outdoor dining at Mel's in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. Of course, there's dine-in at all Mel's locations, or get your St. Patrick's Day meal to go. The choice is yours.
You can enjoy your St. Patrick's meal with green beer, just $2.99.
This complete dinner is only $16.99. St. Patrick's Day at all Mel's Diner locations. It's the absolute best corned beef and cabbage you've ever had.
I'll be looking for you St. Patrick's Day at Mel's Diner.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. This is pretty funny. I have to play this. See if I have enough time. Let me see how long it is. All right. So there's a comedian named Ryan Long. Have you heard of Ryan Long? He does these videos. It's basically he goes after like cancel culture and goes after all these ideas on the left and different things that people say about you name it. And he has this. He does this kind of little bit about how he's he's making believe he's a therapist, but he makes the great point, which is it's everybody else's fault. If you are a millennial, here's what you know. I know Jake feels bad when I say this, but you have to admit there's a certain group in this country that believe that it's everybody else's fault. And if you only had somebody to explain that, look, it's not you. There's no personal responsibility. We need others to change. And if other people change, then we'll be fine because we're not changing because it's not us, it's them. And listen to this break. This is just, it's a minute long, so hang on there, Jake. Here you go. This is Ryan Long, who's a comedian, who put this sketch together. And listen to it. It's so spot on.
So whether you're born in the wrong place, with the wrong parents, the wrong amount of motivation, or the wrong gender, you want energy to be focused on who's to blame for that happening, rather than the antiquated what you can do about it.
I'm supposed to go to this baby shower, but I just have too much anxiety.
The world needs to make events more accessible for people who have too much anxiety for events.
Like, I'm having trouble even cleaning my room.
Allow me to show you an article about how people who don't clean their room are actually more intelligent and more empathetic. So now let's go through the list of people that have been holding you down again. Whatever choices you made in life, they were the right ones. Or at the very least, it was your only option given your circumstances.
I'm trying to finish my resume to get a job, but I just keep going on Instagram.
It's probably because you have PTSD from your last job. So if I showed you this article about how employers shouldn't even be asking for resumes?
I just feel like I went to college for something useless, you know?
If society put more value on what is needed instead of what's financially viable, you would be getting $1 million a year for that degree.
I started 9 different projects and never finished any of them. And now I know whose fault that is.
It's everybody else's fault. It's so true. That just nailed it. It's so true. That's all we have to do for society and for the left in this country. We just have to agree that it's everybody else's fault. And whatever you do, you're right. We just change for you.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Hi, this is Dr. Scheibel from Community Eye Center. My partner, Dr. Spatafor, and I want to remind everybody, don't be a spreader. The coronavirus is so tiny, 100 million particles fit on the head of a pin. The virus can only move with us. Over 65, diabetes, COPD, all these folks will be hurt severely by this virus. Wash your hands, be careful, don't be a spreader.
I can't think of anything scarier than losing my vision. You have an emergency room at the hospital, so we decided we should have an emergency center since we are the preeminent practice in the area. If it warrants a phone call, enough for you to take the time to call us, we want to see you. You need access to immediate care, and sometimes you just need somebody to say, hey, we're gonna get you through this, you're gonna be okay. Someone is always here to help take care of people. You just come right in. We're here to take care of you because we take that very seriously. At Community Eye Center, we are the most caring doctors in sight.
Call Community Eye Center today, 844-235-2020. That's 844-235-2020. Or log on to communityeyecenters.com.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Miami area attorneys. Online at CordellCordell.com. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Miami, Florida. Lisa Carges, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. Announcer is a paid presenter.
Some big news. Since Election Day, almost 5 million people have downloaded the free Newsmax TV app on their smartphone. You can trust Newsmax TV. Watch it for free anytime. And go to Newsmax.com for breaking news. Newsmax is on all major cable systems. Call your operator if they don't carry it. Plus, watch Newsmax on Roku, YouTube, Apple TV, Zumo, TiVo Plus, Pluto, and smart TVs like Samsung and LG. Newsmax is real news for real people. Start watching today.
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News traffic.
There's a crash at Alabama in 82 that is causing a slowdown southbound on Alabama towards 82. Now traffic is also delayed north on Alabama Road. But if you're heading south, the great way to avoid it is 48th to Ida. That will get you back to 82 without any slowdown. Now in Fort Myers, the crash at Palm Beach Boulevard in Orange River is slowing traffic north on Orange River. There's also a crash at College and Winkler. No slowdowns as of right now. We finally cleared as you're getting off that Cape Coral Bridge onto College Parkway. You're good to go. The Trip to the Minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, after the cool start, a mixture of sunshine and clouds, highs in the 70s and breezy, occasionally gusting into the 20s. Now, a warming trend will start to kick in with 80s possible as early as tomorrow. 80 degrees for the high, breezy weather all the way through late week. Now, into the weekend, beach, pool time, absolutely. Highs in the mid-80s, rain chances at slim to none. And it's not until we hit the middle part of next week that a few passing showers are possible, with temps topping out and remaining into the 80s. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
It's not the Republican Party versus the Democrat Party.
Talking about what matters.
It's the Republican Party versus an organized crime syndicate.
92.5 Fox News.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I'm an interior designer and I trust Rock Solid.
If you're looking for just the right countertops for your home, the choice is simple. Rock Solid.
I'm a contractor and I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
See why homeowners and contractors choose Rock Solid for the finest countertops. Now with our newly expanded showroom, making your home improvement experience even better.
Rock Solid in the Pink Building, 2240 J&C Boulevard, Naples. Rock Solid. We don't stop at just countertops.
Ever purchased an online item and either it doesn't fit, has missing parts, or became damaged? Trying to save a few bucks can end up costing more. My Shower Door is a locally owned and operated family business that measures, manufactures, and installs our own brand of frameless shower doors right here in Southwest Florida. And we were just named Lee County's Manufacturer of the Year. With almost 80,000 shower doors installed, we have the experience and expertise. Plus, estimates are always free. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdoor.com.
Hey, it's Adam Botana again from Baywater Exclusive Boat Club, the only family-owned and operated boat club in Southwest Florida. And when it comes to members to boat ratio, bottom line, we have the best fleet and availability at any boat club in the area. Fishing, cruising, water sports, Baywater will get you set up. Want to keep the boat overnight? Want to let the kids use the membership? At Baywater, anything is possible. This weekend, we are having our 15th anniversary open house. We'd love for you to come by, have some lunch, and check out the club. And if you join this weekend, special pricing. No dues for 3 months. Right, no dues for 3 months. Stop by and see the Baywater difference. Call me, Adam Botana, at 239-495-0455. That's 495-0455. One more time, that's 495-0455, or find us online at bwboatclub.com or Google Baywater Boat Club, the exclusive club of Southwest Florida.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We sell more low-mileage cars and trucks than anyone in Southwest Florida because we have more. Over 300 vehicles in stock with locations in Fort Myers and Tampa. See for yourself at lee-cars.com.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
You probably know Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano for car accidents and other personal injury matters. But did you know they have attorneys who specialize in many other areas of the law? Whether you're in need of creating or updating your will and testament, or need advice about divorce or child custody, they have an attorney for you. And unlike the all-too-familiar competitors, at Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano, you'll be meeting directly with the attorney handling your matter, not some coordinator or case manager looking to increase their numbers. Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano. They've been serving you for over 35 years. Have a family law question? Are you seeking a divorce or have child custody issues you need resolved? Do you need assistance with dividing property? At Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano, their attorneys can walk you through this difficult process as the needed advocate to protect your legal rights. They've been here for you in the past, they're here today, and will be here for you tomorrow. LDTlaw.com. Offices Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Naples.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Two 239-479-5592. That's the talk and text line. Streaming live anytime you want to watch. DrewSteele.com. There's the website. You can see everything that's going on right now in the studio. You can even look at Jake the Millennial, who's trying to breathe through his mask. Looking good, Jake. Looking good. Okay, well, if you're watching there, maybe you're not. But we move on. Don't forget, coming up in about 10 more minutes, Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. And that's on the way. And everybody knows Representative Bob Rommel. Maybe you do or do not. Joining us right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. But one thing I do know about Representative Bob Rommel is that he loves to play Drew's College when he's not in town. Sometimes just before he goes out there during session in Tallahassee. Isn't that right?
Drew, that's amazing you knew that because I didn't tell anybody. So I think you're spying on me because me and my family, we play it, at least 2 or 3 times a day.
And you do, which is so funny because I only do it once. So the fact that you're playing it 2 or 3 times a day really says a lot about the truthfulness of your statement. Having fun with me? All right, that's okay. Anyway, hey, listen, first of all, how are things going right now? Session underway.
Things are going okay. They're going at a fast rate. We had limited committee weeks before session because of COVID protocol. We still have some COVID protocol where there's limited folks in the Capitol. But things are going okay. Real fast, I was listening to your program earlier, and you were talking about the CDC data about masks and the effectiveness.
Yeah.
I went to go on the internet, and I don't know where you got that information because all I could find were things about Meghan Markle and how racist the royal family are. So it must have been taken down. So I know that's important also, but honestly, if you can get me that data, I'm actually presenting a bill, and that stuff is going to come up. So later today, if you can actually get me that, I would love to have that information.
Hey, listen, I'd be more than happy to send it to you. Absolutely. For those that don't know, On Friday afternoon, the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention released a report about mask wearing in COVID-19. And as they released this report, something interesting happened that's in the report. According to the CDC's analysis between March 1st and December 31st of last year, statewide mask mandates were in effect in 2,313 of the 3,142 counties in the U.S., and the county-by-county data, as you look at it, the CDC concludes that mask mandates were associated with an average of 1.32% decrease in the growth rates of cases and deaths during the first 100 days after the mask policy was implemented. And that's assuming that everything else is correct, all the numbers. Could it be lower with some of the questionable COVID stats that have been out there? It remains to be seen, but it's all there. And so I will get that into your hands, sir. Don't you worry.
Great, because I have a bill that we're going to talk about that today, but I do want to talk about two bills that I'm running that affects every single person in Southwest Florida, every single person in Florida, and they're really important bills. The first bill is HB 1067, and it requires hospitals and ambulatory centers to basically give customers a good faith estimate of what the actual charges are going to be to you and what your insurance company is going to be responsible. We get so many complaints that people get surprises, after services. And, but this bill just says, listen, you have to give me a price. You have to tell me what my responsibility is. You have to tell the insurance company what their responsibility. I mean, if we go way back to 1964, Ronald Reagan was talking about out of control healthcare costs when healthcare costs were 5% of our total economy. Today, they're 20%, and Democrats, all they're talking about is giving more people free healthcare, yet the cost keeps rising. This will give patients an opportunity to actually go shop a service and actually know what's going to cost, so when they get home, they don't have a heart attack when they see the bill.
Yeah, well, I was going to say that would be bad. So how many procedures are we talking about? I mean, is there a number? Like, how many do we know?
Yeah. Obviously, every procedure is a little bit different, but they have a matrix, and we're going to make them list their 300 most popular procedures. Okay. So, if you need a knee replacement, a gallbladder, some type of thing that you normally would schedule to go into the, hospital or ambulatory center. Emergency room visits, obviously, we, can't make them do that because it's an emergency, and we want you to get better and, immediately, and then worry about the bill when you get it.
Right. So, the question that I always ask you when you're on the program, and others as well, is what kind of pushback are you getting? What is the other side saying on this? Does it look like there's some agreement in this?
Well, this was an amazing thing that happened the other day. And most of my bills, I don't want to say they're controversial, but I think that they're good bills that protect Floridians from the overreach of government or some type of monopoly like our healthcare system. Yeah. So when I put the bill up, I talked to all the Republicans and Democrats. And in committee, I thought the bill would last about an hour. It took about 10 minutes, and everybody in the committee, every Republican, every Democrat was up on the bill. I have Democrats that want to co-sponsor the bill, and they said, finally, we're actually talking about the cost of health care and not just access and free care.
Wow.
In their communities and all of our communities, everybody wants to know, like, why is my insurance premium going up so much? Why is this? How come I can't shop for healthcare services like we shop for everything else? When you go to buy a car, you know what the list price is and you can negotiate it, up or down, hopefully. But healthcare, you never know what it costs until you're laying on the table.
Right. No, that's a great point. Representative Bob Rommel joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News as we talk about some of the bills that he is looking to discuss today there in Tallahassee during session, which is very important to us right here in Southwest Florida, keeping an eye on all of these. House Bill 945. Tell me more about this one.
Well, it kind of relates to what you were talking about earlier, the mask mandates. House Bill 945, it's the emergency management powers of a political subdivision. During states of emergencies, each political subdivision, each municipality, each county, they have the powers to do what they think is necessary to protect somebody during a state of emergency. Traditionally, before this 100-year pandemic, it was hurricanes, down power lines, massive flooding, swarms of locusts, whatever it was, they thought it was necessary to do to protect citizens for a very short period of time. And with the pandemic, we've seen, in Florida, multiple municipalities and multiple counties have different rules. Around the nation, we've seen some draconian measures where states like New Jersey, New York, California are basically destroying people's lives by not allowing people to go to work. So the bill is pretty much very simple. We're not taking away power from the local government at all. We're allowing them to do what they think is necessary, but they need to apply it equally to each resident. So I'm in the restaurant business. So we've seen where during the pandemic and still today, even in some Florida municipalities, some municipalities have changed their rules for restaurants where, okay, your capacity can only be X. You can only be open for certain hours, but yet the Publix and the Walgreens can be open 24/7 and actually have more people in them. This bill says if you're going to take away somebody's ability to earn a living, first of all, it's going to be limited to 7 days. They'll have the ability to continue it. They'll have to go back to public, forum, discuss why it needs to continue, and then get a supermajority vote. But anything you do, if you tell somebody on this side of the town, hey, you can't assemble because, it's dangerous there, you have to tell everybody in the town you can't assemble anywhere, and then those times have to be limited. We've seen local government literally take away people's inability to conduct their lives, to live freely. And it could have gone even worse. I mean, during a state of emergency, believe it or not, local government has the ability to take away your guns. And we want to make sure they cannot do that.
Yeah. I would ask this question too, because, we always worry about emergency powers. And I was concerned, and I have to be straight up and honest with you, that when the governor last week was talking about certain issues with regard to COVID and certain mask mandates and things that we don't want to see here in the state, including issues of restaurants being open, where you have in certain municipalities, I believe in the Miami-Dade, Broward County area, and some of the things that they're doing differently than other areas in the state, and businesses still not being open in certain areas, and those concerns about what is happening there specifically. But the powers of the governor and being specific when asked about emergency powers, didn't say anything about the governor's emergency powers. And I'm concerned because, listen, Bob, here's the big issue. He's not going to be the governor forever. Sooner or later, somebody else is going to be in there and in a position that will use the powers that were given to them due to the Patriot Act way back when. And that this governor has certain abilities when it comes to emergency powers. And you may think, well, we don't worry about Governor DeSantis. He's somebody who cares about our liberty and our freedom here in the state. And we certainly understand that by the way the state has been open and what we've been able to do. But he's not going to be here forever. And that's something we have to recognize, right? I mean, you understand what I'm saying.
Drew, that's a great point. And I've been negotiating with the governor's office probably since November. And the governor is also aware of that also. And, he doesn't want to have those draconian powers that we've seen with Cuomo in New York, which most of his decisions were awful. And again, the media doesn't care. They really only care about the royal family right now. And now that, but we are working them. But the federal government is so evil. I want to tell you why. So we actually have the power right now to stop the governor's executive order. We actually could reassemble if we're out of session, or if we're in session, we could do it immediately and strip him of those powers. But as soon as we strip him of those powers and we cancel the way the statute's written right now, we'd have to cancel the emergency. So if we cancel the emergency, everybody can go back to doing what they think is best for them and their family. What happens then? We immediately lose any federal relief dollars. So the federal government is meddling like, okay, we're going to give you these things, but this is what you're going to have to do. So we are definitely trying to work on a solution, because we know that one day it won't be a Governor DeSantis. And I think that he and his staff and all the legalese, they understand that too. But, we're trying to have a workaround of that. And as this bill moves forward, we're going to try to make sure that, we can, and our governor's doing an amazing job. He's done, it's just an amazing thing that he has done for this state. You know, we have so many visitors coming in. We have so many vulnerable people that live here because of the age of the population, yet our death rate is lower than most states. Our infectious rate is lower than most states. And actually, our recovery rate is better than most states. So our docs are doing a great job, too. Mm-hmm. So I'm aware of it. We're working hard on it, and we're negotiating with the governor's office. But we also don't want to put our state in harm's way of losing out on some of those relief dollars, you know, whether it was a pandemic or a hurricane or whatnot. And we're trying to figure out how we can still protect the recovery that we're entitled to from the federal government, but still making sure that if we ever had a governor that kind of got, Cuomo crazy.
And it's about being specific. I mean, that's what it comes
Correct.
down to. It's about being specific to what we're talking about when we're talking about emergency powers. I mean, and I think, that's good that you're talking about it with him. And I get concerned, obviously, not because of this governor. And it goes back to a lot of different issues when it comes to our liberties and freedoms and our conservative values. And it comes down to what somebody else might do if they had the be careful what you wish for attitude, which is, it sounds good when you have people who are responsible, but when you have people who come into office that do not have the best interest of you in mind, but want to cancel you, and not only do that, but also put together left-leaning policies. I mean, can you imagine, again, and here's the perfect point. Can you imagine what an Andrew Gillum would have done to this state if he were the governor and he had the kind of powers that are available, and what we would be going through? You don't even have to answer it. We all know what the answer would be. So that concern. Now, before we go, again, for this House Bill 945, let me ask you this. What's the pushback? What's the talk? What are you hearing there on this?
This bill is being presented at 3:45. If your listeners could go in and look at the committee that it's going to be in and blow up, not physically blow up, but hit every single member of the committee, especially Democrats, because Democrats, their big argument is we're taking away power from local government. The bill doesn't take away power. It restricts it. So to me, and I told them, the most important thing, the pandemic, I always say we have to do what we have to do to protect people. I go, but you know what? The most important thing that we do as legislators is to protect individual civil liberties, especially the 27 constitutional amendments. When we allow a group of 5 individuals, 3 of them can do it all on their own, take away people's ability to go to church, earn a living, whatever they want to do, we can never, ever let that happen again.
Yeah. All right, Representative Bob Rommel joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, doing some great work there in Tallahassee. I'm going to send you this right now. So I have the article. I'm going to send it to you as we speak, and keep it up, and then we'll check back in with you whenever you want, and we'll see how things are going, okay?
All right, Drew. Thanks. Have a great day.
You too. All right, we'll see you later. All right, Drew's College of Political Knowledge for questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD right now. Caller number 5 at 239-479-5592. We'll get to your Drew's College fun and questions and civics lesson for you, all the youths of America. Gather around your radio. And here we go. All right, coming up on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
Traffic is very congested on Cape Coral Parkway. We're at a creep and crawl heading east of Palm Tree Boulevard. Also at a creep and crawl heading east of Santa Barbara on Veterans Parkway to get to the bridge. So heading out of the Cape right now. Keep it in mind. Tack on a lot of extra minutes to that morning commute. Also a crash at Daniels and 75 still delaying traffic heading west to get onto the interstate. There's a crash reported at College and Kenwood Lane. Just a tap on the brakes as you're heading east to US 41. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After starting in the 50s with some cool weather, high temperature for your Tuesday of 77, mixture of sunshine and clouds and dry with more breezy weather. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Pandemic, market drops, elections. Don't let the noise and fear distract you. Where do you go for clarity in uncertain times? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's financial planner. For experience, advice on planning for retirement, visit savingtheinvestor.com.
Nothing runs like a... I need something I can depend on. I need a Kubota.
At Florida Coast Equipment, we have equipment you can depend on.
We have the best deals in town for Kubota tractors, mowers, utility vehicles, and Kubota construction equipment. Our family has been Florida's premier Kubota dealership for over 30 years. Whether you're buying, renting, or simply need your Kubota service, come on over to Florida Coast Equipment in Naples. Equipment you can depend on at a price you'll love. Florida Coast Equipment. We've got you covered.
With the Diamond District, you get the best of both worlds. Jason and Todd are wholesale diamond brokers selling to the public and jewelry stores across the country at wholesale prices. The Diamond District is also a retail store that you can visit every day and see the largest selection of GIA and Forevermark loose certified diamonds.
The new administration has big plans for health care. Changes are coming that could limit your choices and make your health insurance premiums even higher. Tim Cooper at Health Plan Network recently saved a family of 4 here in the Fort Myers area $600 per month. Act now. Protect yourself and your family with a superior health plan that cannot be canceled. This is a nationwide PPO plan which allows you to pick your doctors and hospitals. Start saving 30 to 60% now. If you are on Obamacare, not insured, or on COBRA, you can look into a private health plan managed by you, not the government. Call Tim Cooper, an expert with 24 years experience at 239-368-6712. That's 239-368-6712. Online at healthplannetwork.net. That's healthplannetwork.net.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Dr. Shane Walker here at Thrive Chiropractic and host of the Wellness Hour on 92.5 Fox News for nearly 20 years. And let's face it, many of us are really stressed right now, and that is creating an increase in the number of folks who are dealing with neck pain, headaches, tension across the upper mid-back, anxiety and nervousness. And if you haven't experienced the release of tension that a chiropractic adjustment can produce within your nervous system, go to thrivenaples.com. That's Thrive, Thrive, Naples.com for a special offer. That's thrivenaples.com.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to John in Fort Myers. Hey, John in Fort Myers.
Hello.
Hello. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics and more. Hello. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD, and your associate's degree question, John, starts right now.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
All right. Hey, if the president of the United States can no longer serve, who becomes the president?
The vice president.
Yeah, that is correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. Can you name the United States war between the North and the South? What was that called?
That was called the Civil War.
That is correct, sir. Got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. The Federalist Papers supported the passage of the United States Constitution. Can you name one of the writers of the Federalist Papers?
John Adams.
Nope, it was either James Madison, Alexander Hamilton, or John Jay. Those are the 3. All right, well, that's okay. Let's see if you get a master's degree on this question. This is a tough one. I'm going to save this for tomorrow. Okay. Can you name 2 states that border Mexico? 2 United States that border Mexico?
Yes, I can.
I would hope that you would do that right. Hello? Hello?
Texas and Arizona.
That is correct, sir. All right, great job. Well, congratulations, John. Thanks for holding out on us all. And we appreciate it. So you did well. You got a master's degree. Are you impressed with yourself today?
Oh, yes, sir.
You should be. I'm reassuring you that you should be.
I got to study Federalist Papers, though.
Yeah, you do. You got to work on that. We all do. It's a civics question, so we all need to. But look, you're a better man for saying that you're going to do it. Okay. Well, thanks, John. We appreciate it. Hello.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Hello.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
You find yourself searching for a reputable air conditioning company?
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
I'm Crystal Casey with Brett Air Conditioning. For over 45 years, our motto has been, don't sweat, call Brett. We are a family-owned business with a great reputation. Whether your AC needs maintained, serviced, or replaced, we are here to serve you. So stop searching and join the Brett Air family today. You can find us online at brettairconditioning.com or call us at 239-566-3633. 239-566-3633.
If you don't love your AC company, call Brett Air right now. Find them online at brettairconditioning.com or like them on Facebook.
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
License number CAC 1819995.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News. This is 92.5 Fox News.
The House could vote today. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, but all the paperwork isn't done yet, so approval could be tomorrow for the Senate's version of COVID financial aid. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi.
As President Biden said, help is on the way. That promise is kept in this legislation to all Americans.
No Republican supports the package. Senator Pat Toomey tells Fox it's too big, full of non-COVID spending.
Almost $2 trillion on top of $4 trillion. By the way, of the $4 trillion that was already done last year, probably $1 trillion of it is not even spent yet.
Now, the COVID vaccination rate across America has topped 2 million a day, but there is still concern about virus variants. Fox's Evan Brown details new research live.
Yeah, Dave, just as vaccines for coronavirus were coming on the market, so were mutations of the virus. And while drug makers said the vaccines appeared to still be effective enough against them, there's a new study published in the journal Nature that says the Pfizer, BioNTech, and Moderna vaccines are significantly less effective against the variant strain first discovered in South Africa and now found in the U.S. Both companies had previously said they'd study whether more injections of their vaccine would improve its effectiveness against the new viral strains. Dave?
A judge in Minneapolis wants to get jury selection underway today to put Derek Chauvin on trial, the fired cop charged with murder in George Floyd's death. It was delayed yesterday amid the possibility another murder charge could be added in an appeal pending.
Both the prosecution and defense in this case agree that this trial should not continue until the issue with the third-degree charge is formally settled. The prosecution argues that if the trial continues, then that third-degree charge is added later on. It runs the risk of a conviction being overturned.
Fox's Matt Finn. Still no royal comment to Prince Harry and his American wife Meghan Markle's interview that aired on Britain last night, alleging family concern about the color of their first child's skin. Meghan is biracial. Prince Charles was asked today about it as he left a vaccination center but walked away without responding. America listening to Fox News.
This Wink News Update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News Traffic.
Traffic is very congested on Cape Coral Parkway. We're at a creep and crawl heading east of Palm Tree Boulevard. Also at a creep and crawl heading east of Santa Barbara on Veterans Parkway to get to the bridge. So heading out of the Cape right now. Keep it in mind, tack on a lot of extra minutes to that morning commute. Also a crash at Daniels and 75 still delaying traffic heading west to get onto the interstate. There's a crash reported at College and Kenwood Lane. Just a tap on the brakes as you're heading east to US 41. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, after the cool start, a mixture of sunshine and clouds, highs in the 70s and breezy, occasionally gusting into the 20s. Now, a warming trend will start to kick in with 80s possible as early as tomorrow. 80 degrees for the high, breezy weather all the way through late week. Now, into the weekend, beach, pool time, absolutely. Highs in the mid-80s, rain chances at slim to none. And it's not until we hit the middle part of next week that a few passing showers are possible, with temps topping out and remaining into the 80s. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
There's the left way, and then there's the right way. 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. At New South, we are determined to build the best Florida window. Energy-efficient windows that stand up to heat and hurricanes. We call it the ultimate Florida window. Factory direct and guaranteed for life. New South has installed tens of thousands of windows across the state and has been named one of the fastest-growing window companies in the nation. And that is why we're New South proud.
Going on now. Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdor.com.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no loan costs, period. If the mortgage you have right now was done prior to COVID-19, you should call us for a free review. At Mortgage Warehouse, we understand how frustrating it can be to make your mortgage payment month after month, and the loan balance just doesn't seem to go down. The payment is mostly interest, but we can help with that. We can combine near record low mortgage rates with our local no closing cost program to improve your mortgage payment right away. You do not have to roll any closing costs into your loan balance to get these ultra low mortgage rates. You can apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com or call 313-5000. That's 313-5000. MortgageWarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154. Equal housing lender.
True relief for back and neck pain. Are you driving down the road right now with back or neck pain or pain into your arms or legs? Maybe your struggle is getting out of your bed or chair. Maybe you get weakness when you put weight on your leg or swing your golf club. It's time you address this problem once and for all. At Johnston Spinal Care 596 Back, these are the conditions that we treat every day, except we treat the root of the problem. No injections or pain meds. Non-surgical spinal decompression, recognized around the country for incredible statistical results for long-term pain relief. Break the cycle of pain from sciatica, stenosis, neuropathy, arthritis, or car accidents. Non-surgical spinal decompression can get your life back. Spinal decompression is safe and comfortable for any age and doesn't involve any hanging upside down. Don't hurt anymore when the answer is only a phone call away. Call our Medicare-friendly office, Johnston Spinal Care, for a free telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
2 chocolate chip muffins coming in. Thank you.
Indeed knows unexpected growth can stretch your business thin.
Hey, can someone get that?
Like at Claire's Cafe. To satisfy demand for takeout, she needs to get started hiring right away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning. Great to see you. 239-479-5592. Yeah, I'm looking at you. DrewSteele.com, the website, Steele with 3 E's. It's mobile friendly, good for your phone, your smart device. It's good on your computer as well. It's just simple. It's basic. It's something that you can use so you can watch. Certainly, you can still go to YouTube and Facebook if you would like at Drew Steele Radio. But DrewSteele.com, the website, is it's where it's happening. It's where the kids go. Ask Jake the millennial. He put it together. It's where the kids hang out, right? Isn't that where the kids go? They go to DrewSteele.com.
Yeah. From 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. We do.
Yep. Yes, we do. The kids go. That's right. All millennials go there. All right. We have a lot to discuss this morning. Jen Psaki, we got on the Psaki Watch. Hold on a second.
I hate to disappoint you, but I will have to circle back with you on that as well. Circle back. Circle back.
Yeah, Jen Psaki, who yesterday, again, the White House press briefing and the press wants to know all about the $2 trillion of COVID stimulus. You know, the stimulus that everybody's excited about because 9% of it's going towards COVID and the rest of it is going to, hey, a want and wish list of all kinds of things that we can buy and pay for and do and stuff that Democrats love, and a lot of people are confused about. Here's one such reporter who's a little confused, wanted to ask about it.
How can you possibly get to $15 when you have Joe Manchin saying what he's saying and Republicans drawing a pretty hard line?
Yeah, I mean, Republicans are drawing a hard line on $15 an hour minimum wage. How are we going to get there? How are we going to do this? You've taken it out of the Senate is taking it out of the House bill. It's back in the House's hands, and we're going to find out what happens after this. And, you know, this push for $15 an hour minimum wage, we got to have it. It's the only way to move forward. We got to do it. Don't worry about the inflation that'll happen because of it and the cost of goods and everything else. But, you know, the robots that are taking over the world, nothing to see here. Everything is fine. So she's saying, the reporter's like, listen, $15 an hour minimum wage. How are we going to get there with if it's not in the stimulus bill? What are we going to do? What are your thoughts on this? And Jen Psaki says,
well, first I would say Senator Manchin and Senator Sanders and a range of Democrats in between just voted to support a $1.9 trillion package that is the most progressive piece of legislation in history. So I would say we feel pretty good about that.
She feels pretty good about that. What is it called again? What is it?
Progressive piece of legislation in history.
The what? The most?
That is the most progressive piece of legislation in history.
Yep, the most progressive piece of legislation in history. I'm sure that she chose those words carefully, right? The most progressive. I mean, Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders, everybody, all the big progressives love it.
This is what you do.
It's what you do. And so, you know, she feels confident. I mean, it's a progressive. Progressive in what way? There's a lot of interesting things when it comes to progressive and what is progressive, because if you're trying to pin it down, if you're a Democrat, then clearly you're a leftist, right? I mean, because I'm sorry. Are there Democrats that are listening right now who are not leftists? No, that's not you. Well, that's your party. So what are you doing? Why are you still a Democrat? I love how you do that. How are you a Democrat when your party is radical left? Everything they're doing is radical left. And you're just sitting there going, oh, no, I'm not that. I'm the JFK Democrat. I'm a Bill Clinton Democrat. I'm not that kind of Democrat. Really? Are you paying attention? What are you doing? Are you watching what the party is doing? Because if you are, then I have to classify you as a leftist. Sorry, that's how it works. All right, so what are the big leftist policies? What are the policies that Joe Biden and all you Democrats out there are full on board with? What are some of these things? Well, let's see. Here's one. This is good. Prisoners eligible for $1,400 payments under the latest COVID relief package. Did you know that? Is that true? As a result of a federal court ruling, inmates were also eligible for payments under the prior relief legislation. Thanks to Democrats, they certainly love it. The Republicans wanted it out, and Democrats are like, no, you leave it alone. You leave it alone. That's right. Inmates will be able to receive the individual payments under the legislation as they have the $1,200 and $600 payments all together. All of this, it's going their way. Republicans didn't want it. They offered an amendment to the current stimulus bill to bar federal and state prisoners from getting a payment, but the amendment failed. And Democrats, they're cool with it. Apparently, that's some of the big progressive radical left. We got to circle back stuff on.
I'll circle back.
Yeah, so we got to check that out. So that's one thing. Another thing that the lefties love in this country, all you Democrats out there, I know if it's driving you crazy that I say that to you as a Democrat, maybe you want to call 239-479-5592 and explain how you're not and how you continue to vote for Joe Biden. You know, it's like the story that I saw. Oh, man, can I find this in a quick enough time period? I doubt it. But it's also the pro-life for Biden supporters, pro-life Biden supporters who are now feel betrayed because of some of the policies that are in the COVID stimulus package, like the Hyde Amendment and the fact that that's not in existence. being able to take all this money and pay for abortions and spread the wealth to anybody who is pro-abortion, and all these pro-life Biden supporters. I don't know how you squared that circle, but you did it. And now they're like aghast. I can't believe this. How could he do this? Because he's always going to do that. Anyway, I digress. They're shocked and surprised. What are some of the other things that we could look at as a lefty in this country? So if you are someone who believes in defunding the police, do you honestly believe that the defunding of police departments in this country is a political winner? Or do you think that the only way that you're able to accomplish this is to somehow get Joe Biden, the articulate, very, very mentally acute Joe Biden.
Judge my physical and mental, my physical as well as my mental fitness.
Get that guy in office and have a whole bunch of lefties there in Capitol Hill on board, actually pulling the strings and telling him what to do. Kamala Harris, who creepily is always around, right? She's always standing behind him as if she's there to catch him. I'm not really sure why she's always there. But anyway, that you have Joe Biden who's pushing these policies and the left pushing these policies because the American people want it. 842 million people voted for Joe Biden, and every single one of them wants to defund police departments. Well, there's a new poll by Ipsos and USA Today that shows that less than 20% of respondents support the defund the police movement. 58% oppose it. Just 28% of black respondents and 34% of Democrats back the campaign. Low support among Democrats and black Americans for the movement. But I thought everybody wanted this. Only 18% said they supported the defund the police movement compared to 58% who said they opposed it. Talking about opposition to defund the police was higher among Republicans and whites, with 84% of Republicans and 67% of whites opposing the movement, but overall 18% supporting it. Opposition also high to abolishing or eliminating police. 67% said they would not support doing so. But we're told that this is what the American people want. This is the policy we need to move forward. We have to get on this. This was part of what was passed last week, right? Along with H.R. 1. So we've got to get this done. It's about time. It's what the American people... No, they don't. And... You're saying, well, look, they just don't know the science and the data. By the way, it's Tech Tuesday today. Yeah, it's actually Science and Data Tuesday is what. I know. Every time I say the word science and data, I got it. So on the Science and Data Tuesday, really, is that what we're doing today? That's what we want. Because all you lefties out there, all the left there, all you Democrats, this is what you want. You want to make sure that when it comes to COVID, when it comes to mask mandates, when it comes to anything, you've got to follow the science and the data and just, all right. Well, here's a Wall Street Journal opinion piece. This is kind of interesting. This has to do with what I just mentioned. Biden claiming systemic racism in policing defies science. It does? A detailed new report shows no racial disparities in crimes committed versus arrests made. Hey, is this the kind of information that we need to make informed decisions in this country? Isn't that what it's all about? It's all about common sense, and common sense would dictate that we get the information in front of us, we examine the information, we take the emotion out of it. Hey, did I mention we take the emotion out of decisions that we make? That's what we do in this country. That's what I thought we do. Not everybody does. Democrats, the media, the left, all the same. That's what they do. They go for the emotion. They don't care about this. So what I'm about to tell you, for all you Democrats listening, is not something that you're going to listen to. It's not something you're going to trust. You're going to want to say and debunk it in some way, shape, or form that is good in your sphere, your narrative. It's almost like taking the information I'm about to give you, which is a truism, a truth, according to the information that we have, the science and the data, if you will. This is going to be really hard. And take it and throw it in the trash because your emotions come first. So what does it say? Jeffrey H. Anderson. Absolutely, President Biden said last year when a reporter asked him if he believes there's systemic racism in law enforcement. It's hard to square with the presidential memorandum Biden recently issued stating, quote, "It's the policy of my administration to make evidence-based decisions guided by the best available science and data." No, it said it in the article. That wasn't me. The claim of systemic racism in law enforcement defies the best available science and data. So there was a report that was released days before the Biden inauguration. The Justice Department's Bureau of Justice Statistics. Is it okay if we follow what they're saying? Because they put a report together. That's what we want to do. We want to follow the information, right? They examined whether people of different races were arrested to a degree that was disproportionate to their involvement in crime. The report concluded that there was no statistically significant difference by race between how likely people were to commit serious violent crimes and how likely they were to be arrested. In other words, the data suggested that police officers and sheriff's deputies focus on criminals' actions, not their race. But hold on a second. What's the comeback? The comeback from you Democrats listening to this program right now is like, I got this. Stand back, everybody. I got this. Here you go. Oh, so you're expecting us to trust your word and this article that's given by cops? Is that what you're suggesting? That the police officers are the ones that put this report together? I don't trust cops to begin with. So is that what you're... Oh, no. Here's something else in the report. Didn't take cops' word for who committed crimes. No. It relied on victims' own accounts of who committed crimes against them, as reported through BJS's National Crime Victimization Survey. In other words, they didn't do this through cops. They didn't ask cops what they thought about this. No. They asked the victims. Big difference. Big difference. So what does it say? All right. This report, remember what we're talking about. There's systemic racism in police departments, so we have to defund them. You know how the story goes, and you know it continues on the fake news legacy media day after day after day, pounding this into your head that this is an actual thing, that this is happening. No, not according to this report. The new BJS report took victims' responses on the 2018 NCVS and compared them with arrest rates by police. Supplied by FBI's Uniform Crime Reporting Program. It found that for non-fatal violent crimes that victims said were reported to police, whites accounts for 48% of offenders and 46% of arrestees. Blacks accounted for 35% of offenders and 33% of arrestees. Asians counted for 2% of offenders and 1% of arrestees. None of these differences between the percentage of offenders and the percentage of arrestees of a given race were statistically significant. The data is limited to non-fatal crimes because murder victims cannot identify their assailants. Those statistics exclude Hispanics. The White House Office of Management and Budget classifies Hispanics as an ethnic rather than a racial group. Hispanics made up 13% of offenders, 18% of arrestees, a statistically significant difference. And it goes on. But as you're looking at all the numbers, what the statistics show is that it's good news. Police are arresting those who actually commit the crimes, and the data does not support the claim of systemic racism. Yet we have Joe Biden who's claiming that it's there. We have groups that are claiming that it's there. Why? Why are you doing this? If it's not supported by, I'm going to say it. If it's not supported by the science and the data, then why are you doing this? Because again, remember something that's so important in this discussion, and it's this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You have one side that wants all the evidence to show us that what you're saying is true, based on real life evidence and the science and the data. Oh, good. I got away with it this time. And there's another side that doesn't care about that because they'll make every excuse in the world to say that that's not true because my emotions come first, because my feelings come first. That's what matters more than anything. And it's not right. You know, I can even take this to another place as well and talk about South Dakota set to ban transgender students from girls' sports, where Kristi Noem is planning on signing this bill. And it's going to go to the Supreme Court. It's going to end up there. But again, they're passing this legislative ban on transgender athletes performing according to their gender identity, sending the bill onto the governor's desk, opening up a potential legal quandary only a year after similar laws were struck down and discriminatory in other states. Well, we're going to find out once it goes to the Supreme Court. But the argument is this, and again, it gets back to the same point. This is not what people want. They don't want transgender athletes that are going to say they are that they're a woman when they're actually a man and they're in these races. And we know the results and we know what's happening and we know what's going on with our kids and we know about women who are losing scholarships and are not getting opportunities and losing out opportunities that supposedly Title IX was supposed to take care of, and we're supposed to be focusing on that and the issue there with Title IX and making sure that women have these opportunities, and now they're being taken away, and somehow we're led to believe that there's no other place for a transgender individual to go to, that somehow it's discriminatory and it's not fair and they have no place to go. They do. They can race in a sport based on their biological sex. They can race with men. A transgender woman can race in a man's race. They're not being denied anything. They're being denied what they want as opposed to what they can do. It's different if you were to say that they have no place to go, they can't race, it's discriminatory. So what these transgender athletes are going to be able to do is absolutely nothing. They're not even going to be able to race. No, that's not true. That's not what's being said here. You can race, and you can go into any sport in any race based on your biological sex. You can do that anytime you want. You're not being denied anything. But we're told that it's not fair and that there's no other recourse when there is, and it's not being honest and genuine. Why? Because again, we're in a situation where individuals don't want to hear the science. They don't want to hear the information. They don't want to hear what we're finding out more and more about reports like this on systemic racism in policing, when we're finding out, according to reports, that it's not there. They don't want to hear about not being able to, as a transgender athlete, to do and go wherever they want to go, denying others rights and abilities to do things that they're trying to accomplish in their athletic life. But it's all about emotion, and it's about what they want. And they're going to get it. And they're not going away until they do. 239-479-5592. All right. We got to go to break on this Science and Data Tuesday. I know, Jake loves that because he came up with it. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5. Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Get more than what the internet tells you. Get up to speed on The Drive with Trey Radel. Weekdays 5 to 7. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Your home is more important now than ever before. So when your air conditioner needs maintenance, repair, or replacing, Conditioned Air wants to be your first and only call. The Florida weather can be challenging. When you have a cooling issue, our team is here to resolve it quickly and efficiently. You can be assured of honesty, respect, and our desire to exceed your expectations every single time, and we've been doing that since 1962. Conditioned Air, 1-888-COLD-AIR, or online at conditionedair.com. License number CAC 1819590.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
There is nothing that changes as much as tax law. After all, there have been tax changes, stimulus dollars, changes on the changes, but they're all meant to put more money in your pocket. Don't make a mistake that could cost you thousands. Let EG Tax be your tax interpreter and guide. Come join the EG Tax family at their Naples office across from Tamiami Ford. Call 239-262-2009. That's 262-2009. Or click egtax.com. That's egtax.com.
Hey, this is Papa announcing our newest snowbird protection plan. If you leave Florida each year, we can take care of your roof while you are away. If you leave and later discover you have a roof problem, simply notify us and we can fix it while you're gone. We will send you before and after pictures, and you can pay us by credit card. As always, we offer our free tile roof inspection, and if we find needed repairs, we'll make it affordable. We have 2 warehouses filled with the obsolete tiles, and likely we can make a matching replacement to make your roof tile look new and clean. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, we thank all of you for supporting our family business for over 30 years. My sons have adopted my old-fashioned ideas: be honest, do a good job, make the customer happy. Our phone number is easy to remember. It's just 4 numbers, 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Area code 239-945-2700. License number CCC 132-6213.
You need a fast, reliable network. So get fast, reliable internet from Comcast Business and add advanced security with Comcast Business Security Edge. They have 24/7 support, it's fast internet, and advanced security made simple. Bounce forward with Comcast Business.
What makes Genesis of Naples the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation? It's our incredible selection and professional sales staff. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples. When I drive my beautiful new 2021 Genesis GV80 around town, the first thing everyone says to me is, "What is that beautiful SUV?" I tell them it's the all-new first ever SUV from Genesis. Then they usually ask, "How much does it cost?" I know it's hard to believe, but it starts at just $49,500 and the fully equipped Prestige for just over $70,000. It has an amazing interior and breathtaking design and your choice of turbo engines and rear and all-wheel drive. But that's not all. New 2021 Genesis G70s have 0% financing and 72 months plus $1,000 cash back. And we have a huge selection of the all-new 2021 Genesis G80s and G90s. Come visit Genesis of Naples on Airport Road or genesisofnaples.com.
All offers with approved credit on select models based on January 2021 retail sales. 72 months of $0 per month per 1,000 finance. No down payment required.
Ooh, a fondue set. Now I need to find a coupon code.
Not anymore, Susan. Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them at checkout.
Wait, instantly?
It's called shopping smart, not hard. Download Capital One Shopping to your computer for free and let it do the work for you.
Don't mind if I fondue.
Haha, that's kind of cheesy. Capital One Shopping. It's kind of genius. What's in your wallet?
Savings and available coupons vary.
Heard the good news about COVID-19 vaccines? They're here, but you can do more than wait for your turn. Here's how. Stay at least 6 feet away from folks you don't live with. And it's risky to be indoors with them, too. And masks? Well, they protect both the person wearing them and the folks around them. Wear a mask, watch your distance, and make a big difference now.
Learn more about vaccines at cdc.gov/coronavirus. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato's Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News Traffic.
Traffic is backed up on Cape Coral Parkway starting from Coronado all the way towards that Cape Bridge. Unfortunately, no relief on Veterans Parkway. Delays start from Santa Barbara all the way to the Midpoint Bridge. Main story here, if you're headed out of the Cape, just plan to give yourself a lot of extra time. Also, a crash in Fort Myers at College Parkway and Kedwood Lane is slowing traffic eastbound on College heading towards US 41. Now, the Daniels extension still packed coming out of Lehigh Acres all the way to Gateway Boulevard, and we're very slow on Colonial Boulevard starting from Tree Line to I-75. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, after the cool start, a mixture of sunshine and clouds, highs in the 70s and breezy, occasionally gusting into the 20s. Now, a warming trend will start to kick in with 80s possible as early as tomorrow. 80 degrees for the high, breezy weather all the way through late week. Now, into the weekend, beach, pool time, absolutely. Highs in the mid-80s, rain chances at slim to none. And it's not until we hit the middle part of next week that a few passing showers are possible, with temps topping out and remaining into the 80s. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Tougher than plastic, harder than wood. Nothing beats the power of steel. True Steel. Weekday mornings at 6 on 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. They say love and passion makes the world go round. Love for home, family, your country, partner, a friend, and love for food. Stevie wants to be part of your love with our food, drink, sports, and fun. Our passion for your satisfaction brings our love to all of our great customers. Whether it's our brisket short rib burgers, Chicago pizza, fajitas, wings, fish fry, or ribs, it's delivered to your table with love. So at Stevie's, we invite you to share our love of great food, drinks, sports, and fun. You'll never get bored or broke. We feel loved by the sound of our great customers. We promise to treat you like family, at your home away from home. I guarantee it. For daily specials, go to StevieTomato.com. Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page, Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. Come, come, come.
Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
As America's largest injury firm, we have advantages few others do. Our results and reputation are well known to the other side, and we have a track record of going toe-to-toe with them and winning big. But what does that mean for you? What does that mean for your case? I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. One of the things we're most proud about is that we set up our firm so that your case gets lots of attention from a lot of people. Our technology and army of lawyers give us insight and oversight into every detail and every moment of your case. Paralegals, legal assistants, investigators, buildings with boxes of evidence. Every resource carefully designed to get you the most possible. And at Morgan & Morgan, we even have a dedicated team to make sure that your calls are returned that very same day. Injured? Dial pound law. That's pound 529. All law firms are not the same. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
Are you looking for the perfect spot for your retirement? Just add water. Shell Point Retirement Community is located in Fort Myers on the Caloosahatchee River, just minutes from the Gulf of Mexico and Sanibel Island. Enjoy a vibrant waterfront lifestyle with miles of walking and bike trails. For boaters, there's a private marina with free boat docks to keep your boat right at home. Or join your friends on the community boat for cruises to local restaurants and beaches. Shell Point is comprised of 7 neighborhoods with scenic water views. Life slows down on the water as residents enjoy kayaking through hundreds of acres of secluded bird-filled waterways. To learn more about waterfront living at Shell Point, schedule a private appointment or attend one of our weekly group seminars, which include a tour of the community. Call 239-466-1131 or go online to shellpoint.org. Enjoy waterfront living today. It's all here at Shell Point.
Heard the good news about COVID-19 vaccines? They're here. But you can do more than wait for your turn. See, you have the power to help slow the spread. Actually, you could be a real difference maker and protect your family and loved ones, too. Here's how. Watch your distance. Stay at least 6 feet away from folks you don't live with. And it's risky to be indoors with them, too, no matter how far apart you are. And, of course, avoid crowds. Also, wear a mask. CDC reports that masks protect both the person wearing them and the folks around them from particles that carry the virus. And wash your hands. using soap and water for 20 seconds, and do it frequently. Watch your distance, wear a mask, and wash your hands. Simple, effective, and along with vaccines, they're how you can make a big difference.
Learn more about vaccines at cdc.gov/coronavirus. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Ever purchased an online item and either it doesn't fit, has missing parts, or became damaged? Trying to save a few bucks can end up costing more. My Shower Door is a locally owned and operated family business that measures, manufactures, and installs our own brand of frameless shower doors right here in Southwest Florida. And we were just named Lee County's Manufacturer of the Year. With almost 80,000 shower doors installed, we have the experience and expertise. Plus, estimates are always free. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdoor.com.
Kennedy at 3 and Drive Home with Trey Radel at 5. Now, back to Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, who's ready to go? You ready? Jake, are you ready? I'm ready. Who's ready?
Data science isn't ready.
All right, no, don't say the words, because then the machine goes off. In case you're wondering, every time we say science and data, that thing goes off. All right. By the way, we haven't done the thing in a long time. Your phone calls leading up to the end of the program. I'm more than happy to do that anytime you would like. So if you're sitting there saying, I got a thing that I want to talk to Drew about, and it may not have anything to do with the thing that he's talking about. It's just something that's on my mind. I don't care what it is. It could be gas prices. It could be the fact that stuffed peppers are an amazing, amazing dinner item. It could be Jake's poorly worded.
Say it.
I don't know. Whatever it is, 239-479-5592. I couldn't think of anything bad to say about you, buddy. You're doing a great job today. Everything is fine. That's it. That's all I have.
I don't believe you.
Wow. It almost sounds like you're treating me like Joe Biden. Are you suggesting that when I say something, you can't trust me? Is that what you're saying?
No, you're cognitively capable of keeping together a sentence and a conversation. Clearly, you've been doing it for the past 2.5 hours. So
the fact is that I don't remember.
Yeah, okay. All right, here we go. Top 5 audio clips of the day. It's 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Number 5.
I've been speaking for weeks now and alerting Americans to the fact that this administration is thumbing its nose to its responsibilities under federal law. It is required to deport criminal aliens that are here illegally, and it is just saying we're not going to do it anymore.
We're not going to do it anymore. There is the Attorney General of the great state of Florida, Ashley Moody. She was on this morning with Fox and Friends and talking about how the state's going to sue the president over immigration policies, this pause on deportations. And she's concerned about what's going on with immigration, as many of us are. And good. Listen, we're fighting back. That's what you got to do.
Number 4.
I thought it was perfect. I think that they handled it perfectly.
It sounded more acute. It sounded more like a crisis, certainly that they were in the middle of, and we really got a sense of that.
Brianna, also, when people say, well, we haven't heard from the other side. What's the other side going to say? They're going to say, of course, we're not racist or whatever. But what did they do? Think about their actions. They did not stand up for their own, because their own was married to a black woman, had a black child. They didn't listen to him inside of the royal family. They let him go. They let him leave the country. They wouldn't come to terms with what they wanted to do. So, listen, we've only heard from one side, but that one side at this point rings very true.
All right, there you go. It is so refreshing. It's so nice, so refreshing to hear some good, honest-to-goodness journalism. I got to tell you, I really thought that CNN gave up on journalism, but listening to Don Lemon on yesterday talking about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry and accusing the British royal family of racism, I thought for sure, man, they would never say something ridiculous like, we're not going to listen to what the other side said. We're going to go and run with what Meghan Markle and Prince Harry said. Oh, no, that's exactly what they did. Yay for journalism. No, journalism has died, everybody, at CNN especially. What's the other side going to say? So we're not even going to ask. We don't even have to hear from the other side because that's their point rings hollow. and the other side rings so true. That's not journalism. You're supposed to ask the other side what they think. That's not how it works.
Number 3.
So whether you're born in the wrong place, with the wrong parents, the wrong amount of motivation, or the wrong gender, you want energy to be focused on who's to blame for that happening, rather than the antiquated what you can do about it.
I'm supposed to go to this baby shower, but I just have too much anxiety.
The world needs to make events more accessible for people who have too much anxiety for events.
Like, I'm having trouble even cleaning my room.
Allow me to show you an article about how people who don't clean their room are actually more intelligent and more empathetic. So now let's go through the list of people that have been holding you down again. Whatever choices you made in life, they were the right ones. Or at the very least, it was your only option given your circumstances.
I'm trying to finish my resume to get a job, but I just keep going on Instagram.
It's probably because you have PTSD from your last job. So if I showed you this article about how employers shouldn't even be asking for resumes?
That is a great bit from Ryan Long, and it was up on YouTube, and I saw it this morning, and it was about how a modern therapist tells the world that they need to change. Do you see what the world is doing? Do you see how, man, in your own life, do you see what's going on? Do you see how the left operates? It's everybody else's fault. I don't understand why I went to 4 years of college and I got this degree that is absolutely meaningless, and I can't figure out why I can't get a job. And the therapist saying, it's everybody else's fault. It's their fault. You're right. Everything you're doing is perfectly logical and right. And it's everybody else's. It just explains liberalism, the current left. So it's spot on.
Number 2.
Dr. Fauci said over the weekend that he thinks that high schoolers are going to be vaccinated by the fall. We know what President Biden's goals are when it comes to K through 5 kids. Have you made any progress in devising goals for high schoolers?
Well, we are thrilled to have Secretary Cardona confirmed, and he is, as you know, going to be hosting an education summit to talk about the reopening of schools and look ahead to what needs to be done to get that done. And that applies, of course, not just to K through 5 or K through 8, but also high schools. We also are on track to for the president to sign into law the American Rescue Plan, which has $160 billion in it, to ensure that schools who don't have the resources needed can make these facility upgrades as well, get testing in place, hire teachers, bus drivers. But I will leave it to the Secretary of Education to determine the timeline or the path forward.
That's called a non-answer, everybody, from Jen Psaki. Everybody knows Jen Psaki, right?
I hate to disappoint you, but I will have to circle back with you on that as well. Circle back? Circle back?
Yeah, Jen Psaki, who just wanted to let the White House press corps know that the president and Jen Psaki refused to answer whether high schoolers are going to be able to return to school even after they're fully vaccinated. I'm sorry, listen, I don't know what you guys do in Florida, but for the rest of the country, yeah, we're not really sure what we're going to do with kids. Vaccinations, maybe I'll get back to you.
Number 1.
Just want to thank you both, and I want to thank the former general. I keep calling him general, but the guy who runs that outfit over there. I want to make sure we thank the secretary for all he's done to try to implement what we've just talked about, and for recommending these 2 women for promotion. Thank you all. May God bless you all, and may God protect our troops.
I know that sounds like Joe Biden just fell over, but he didn't. It's actually Joe Biden having a little presser there. Big White House event marking the International Women's Day yesterday by forgetting the name of the Pentagon, as well as the name of his own Secretary of Defense, Lloyd Austin. It's the typical Tuesday in the Biden White House, isn't it?
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Nothing to see here. Everything is absolutely fine.
Judge my physical and mental, my physical as well as my mental fitness. He's
fine. Everything is fine. I don't know what you're getting all upset about. So there you go. It's okay. People forget. I mean, even on the campaign, right? People forget.
Nothing.
What?
By the way, this is my little sister Valerie, and I'm Jill's husband. Oh no, you switched on me. This is my wife. This is my sister. They switched on me.
They switched. I tell you, they switch. Yeah, that happens. You know, it's easy to forget the difference between your wife and your sister. It's
I got hairy legs.
It's not very nice. So there you go, a little Joe Biden for you this morning. It's just nothing to see here. Everything is absolutely fine. I just don't like the way Kamala Harris is always hovering around Joe Biden. Like she's ready to catch him at any minute. Or I don't know. It's very strange. The whole thing is but everything's fine. We're all good. Everything is good. What else do we have here? Oh, I promised. Do I want to do this? Do I dare do this? Do I dare go here? Sure, why not? 239-479-5592. Your time to call right now. Anything in the entire world that you want to talk about, it could even be the Meghan and Harry show. Whatever you guys want to do, it's fine with me because it's too... What?
Aliens.
Even aliens. Even if you want to talk aliens with Jake, we'll take phone calls right now. It's time to take your calls and do the thing.
You know the thing. You know the thing. You know the thing. You know the thing.
All right. I hope this is a good thing to do, but you never know. All right. What's going on? Daniel's in Naples. Daniel, what's on your mind, sir? Is he? Talk again because Jake didn't have the lineup. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Hey, Drew. First time caller. What I do in the morning, I get up, have a cup of coffee, and I catch up on the news, usually through BitChute and that. And what was hitting the news this morning for me was, how Trump is discouraging, and he said this at CPAC, about don't donate to the GOP, donate to Save America PAC, because GOP is nothing but rhinos. And I agree to that. I haven't donated to GOP in probably 2 years. I've only supported candidates direct, like Laura Loomer or Anna Paula Luna.
Mm-hmm. Anna Paulina Luna.
And,
okay.
Yeah, right. And Sue Ray Perkins over in Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
My kids live over there, and she was running for Senate, and none of them won. And I guarantee you, Laura Loomer and Anna they won. They got scammed just like Trump did. And so the Save America PAC.
Yeah, I'm not. I have to be honest with you before you move on, Daniel. I'm not really sure about the Save America PAC. Like, I'm not sure about PACs right now. If you're asking me about, what they do or how they operate, I can't really help you. But I can tell you this: if you're talking about specific individuals that you want to support, and thanks for the call, I appreciate it. If you're talking about specific individuals you want to support, then by all means, you research, you find out more about those people. And if you feel like you want to help with their campaigns, then you should be doing that. And, this was interesting, too, that playing off of what Daniel just said, this was very telling. Listen to what Lindsey Graham said about Donald Trump. It's an Axios interview the other day. I don't know if you heard about this, but check this out. This is what Lindsey Graham said. Listen.
Donald Trump was my friend before the riot, and I'm trying to keep a relationship with him after the riot. I still consider him a friend. What happened was a dark day in American history, and we're going to move forward. So here's what you need to know about me. I want this to continue. I want us to continue the policies that I think will make America strong. I believe the best way for the Republican Party to do that is with Trump.
Now, before I go, I know he said this is not where I wanted to drop into the interview, but I did. He's talking about riots. He's talking about January 6th. And in an Axios interview, I'm sure Lindsey Graham is trying to make it seem as if he's trying to be, how do you say it, on the side, or trying to play that middle ground where somehow it was Trump who incited the riot, which is ridiculous, but let him go.
Not without Trump.
Not only does he show no remorse, I mean, he's still telling everyone he won in a landslide.
Yeah, and I tell him every day that he wants to listen that I think...
Oh, gosh, this is not... Never mind. Basically, he was saying that Trump could make the Republican Party something that nobody else knows that he can make. He can make it bigger. He can make it stronger. He can make it more diverse, and he can also destroy it, is the words that he used in this Axios interview. And I thought it was interesting because how do you How do you not recognize that? That, of course, he brings in people and individuals and he can make it stronger and more diverse, but destroying it meaning that if it's going the wrong direction, people recognize it along with the president. They want it to be the way that he brought it into being in the 4 years he was president and the success that his policies were moving forward. I hope that makes sense. Sorry about that. I thought it was picking up at a different spot. I'm moving on. RC wanted to weigh in CC, that would be Cape Coral, about the Royals.
RC and CC.
That's you.
Yeah. So I didn't want to watch the Royals interview, but I did against my better judgment.
Yeah.
And both Harry and Meghan are talking about how they're not treated fairly and that they're victims of racism. And I figured it out. They've only been in America a few months and they already sound like Democrats.
Yeah. Well, they've been here long enough. And look, and that's you make a great point that's look, the Hollywood and the left. That's where they want to. They want to be embraced by. That's what they say. And again, it goes back to, and thanks for the call, the CNN Don the Lemon comments. We're not even going to ask the other side. We just believe what they say about racism. We won't even ask the Royals about their point of view on this because I don't know. That's not how it's supposed to work. All right, Gary's in Wauchula.
Yes.
Hi, Gary.
Yes. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you today in Wauchula?
Well, I'm in Sebring now. When I started the call, I was in Wauchula.
Oh, gosh. I'm so sorry. Let me start again. Gary and Sebring, go.
Okay. Anyway, I've been thinking about this immigration thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You can't turn them around. You can't send them back, right?
Well, you can.
And
but you're saying, you're talking about,
but they're not. They're not letting you.
Yeah, they want the catch and release back. They're setting up catch and release back again, right?
Okay, take who you gather. Do not keep them in Texas. Do not keep them in Florida. Put them in Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Detroit, Michigan, Chicago, and New York. And it would cost you money to bus them there, but you save health care. You save welfare, you save education costs in the state of Florida, in the state of Texas. That makes more sense to me than keeping them in the Texas and Florida, doesn't it? You?
Well, let's play this out logically, okay? Gary, it's just me and you. You're in Sebring, I'm here. Here's what we think, right? Okay, I see what you're trying to say. They get bused to all of these liberal cities, right?
Yeah.
And they end up there. And now they end up using the education system. They use up the healthcare system, the welfare system, let's say, because they're not coming here job ready to go. They're coming here and we're concerned about the fact that they are going to use all of these services. Who's going to end up paying for them?
Certainly not Florida and certainly not Texas. Make it Pennsylvania and make it New York.
Hold on, are you sure about that? Let's put it this way. Well, here's why I say that, Gary. Here's why I say that. Because if we're gonna play this out to its logical conclusion, we got to go. And thanks for the call. I appreciate it. You can go ahead into music. But if you play it out to its logical conclusion, the conclusion is that ultimately states get bailed out by stimulus packages when they have situations like this. And they can't afford, and the way they are run, and the poorly way that they are run, and the things that they do, like what you're suggesting, which means that ultimately we end up paying for it. Okay, we got to go. That's it for today. It's Glenn Beck coming up next on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
Drew Steele in the morning and Trey Radel in the afternoon. 2 doses of what cures liberalism. 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
Bonita Springs. Everyone's been affected by the pandemic, and I was definitely no exception. But here's the thing. I had an issue, a well-known issue. Kevin and Todd came to the rescue, effectively giving me my life back. They put their expertise to work on my transmission. That was completely shot. His master mechanic told me that it was probably the worst transmission he's seen in his 30 years of working. And let me tell you, he knocked it out of the park. He helped me, and I'm sure he can help you as well. AMCO of Bonita Springs has been trusted in Southwest Florida since 2008. They've been through pandemics, recessions, you name it. They're located right off of Burnwood